Hey, hey, what's going on? Hey,
Ho
Kendra.
ho.
Hey, hey. Kendra's back. We got her 3 nights in a row, man. This is awesome.
I'm the trifecta, baby.
What is happening, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Um, I just want to let everybody know. Actually, maybe I'll wait just a few minutes. So everybody's probably here already, though. Um, but I'm actually speaking with Tori right now. Got a little bit of updates. So, how is everyone doing? Hi back to country, Kim, Julie Goddard, Connie Shea, Frank, MZ Mustard, Carl Crazy, Ray Bone Crusher, Ozia, Sandra, Sherry, Bonita, Kim Shu, Francis, Linda, Ed, hello. Two Ed says 2 Lees is back to being 2 Lees. Mindy, Blood, Hippie Sunshine, Scampy Girl, Sharon, Kim Ross, Christine, Hal, Bonnie, Gal Crazy. What's happening? What's happening, everybody? Hey, Suzanne, Tabby J, Donna Hawkins, hello, hello. Ernie Boyd, hey, hey, Strat Lover. Strictly's here, yay. Funny Sunny, whoa, whoa, wow, that just jumped. Did you see how fast that jumped?
Yeah.
Was that just me? Hey, 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 everybody. Hi, John Cook.
It sucks
Um,
sometimes. You're like looking at something like, wait, where did it go?
I know it literally just like went really fast, and normally that would happen in StreamYard because I could only see like 5 comments at a time depending on the length of them. But YouTube just jumped. So hi, Mama Mia, Sally, Ann, Mindy. I already said Mindy. Hey, Silver, Granny Kathy, Noelle Breeze. What's going on? Hannah, hello. Amy, Ray Toller, hello. Everybody, hello, hello, hello. Hi, Renee. Connie Shay, Tim. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. I gotta. Okay. All right. So, as everybody knows, Tori had her knee surgery today, and we saw, if you were paying attention to her posts on her YouTube channel. It was updated when she was in surgery, when she was in recovery, and I spoke with her earlier, just letting her know I hope she's doing okay. I probably wouldn't get a response from her for a while, but she says she got a new knee joint and she's alive. She's in pain, but it's temporary. So that was good. And I asked her if she was staying overnight or if they were sending her home, and she was staying the night. And I told her to get some rest. And I just texted her again, asking her how she's doing, an update. And she says she's doing okay. The pain level is much further down than what it was earlier today. She actually got up and used the bedside toilet, which is a major accomplishment after major surgery, to a leg pain level is down where she was having level pain of 7-8 all day, every day. Right at the moment, she's having a level 5 pain, which is something to celebrate. And I said, can I tell everybody this? And she says, as long as the pain stays under control tomorrow and her body does the other thing it needs to do, she'll probably go home tomorrow. So she said, yes, feel free, everybody. You can feel everyone again. And Jeff is at the hotel sleeping, and she's getting ready to get some sleep too. So that's the update on Tori. And so prayers up, Tori. And let me see. Hi, Lucinda. Hey, dusty old dude. I'm not here tonight. You just think I am. So that is Tori's update. She's good. Hopefully she'll get some rest. We all know that sleep helps healing process. So let me plug my phone in. My phone's dying. So that's great news. Great news for Tori. Okay. Plugged in. So, how'd you do today, Kendra? What'd you do today?
Um, Today was a rest all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
So not too terribly much.
What?
Been watching 7 hours of Karen Reed trial,
Oh boy.
watching my people I follow on
Right.
TikTok, watching my birds,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, talking to my children as much as teenagers like to talk, which is, how's your day? Fine.
Right.
Was it a good day? Not really. I'm sorry, it sucked. What sucked about it? Oh, this dude was stupid in class. He wasted his time. Then we had to do this. Da, 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 da. And then they
Oh my
saunter off to
gosh.
their rooms and do their
They're
homework and their
thingamadigs.
computers and their phones. And now they're all downstairs watching the Warriors.
We are the warriors. Oh, sorry. Wrong warriors. All right. Well, that's cool. I woke up quite early today. I didn't go to sleep
Oh,
until
wait, I
5 o'clock.
forgot. I had a
But
very um, lengthy conversation with Gabriel.
oh, okay.
We were talking big, what's the word? Important things of life.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because we started talking about the Pope.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
We have a newly elected Pope who happens to be born in America.
Doesn't
And
that feel a
so
little weird? They're not.
I was like, wait, what? And I'm like, I'm turning on the TV, I'm scrolling, I'm like, what? How is this possible? I didn't know that, Americans can speak Pope. What?
Right.
So I quickly learned about who he was, and then I went, oh God, the rest of the world's probably pissed.
Oh no.
And sure enough, when we went to the BBC chat, oh, people were just going nuts. But you know how interesting it is to see mainstream media in America and the news abroad,
Thank you,
and
Renee.
just the sheer differences, and how they were really repeating themselves and honing in on, yes, he was born in America, but he's lived most of his life outside of America. And they just really were trying to make that clear. Don't worry, he's not too American. You're like, okay, you know what then? When you all have your little issues, don't come crying to us to come and save you when you're sitting over there hating on us all the other
Right. He's
times in
from
the year.
Chicago. He's from Chicago.
He was known as Father Bob. His
Wow.
name was
Thank you,
his name
Tammy.
was Robert, but now he is Pope Leo the 14th.
Pope Leo the 14th.
And he said today in his speech to him, he came out on the balcony, that God loves us all, no matter what, and we are going to get rid of the evil, and that is his plan. So let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm in.
But I think it's going to become a bit of a trend for a little while of a bunch of Americans suddenly turning Catholic.
Well, I mean,
But,
you don't have to be Catholic to help get rid of evil in the world.
no, you don't. But as you
I
know
was
how
born
us.
and raised Catholic, so I mean, but right, Pebs? What's up, Pebs? I didn't see you there. Hi, Victoria. What's
But
up,
that
Gabe?
whole conversation, like Gabe and I were kind of weirded out. Like, this is so odd. That's like we
Yeah.
weren't expecting it,
She's explaining conversation you and her had about the Pope. Yeah.
And then we went into
He's
serious
not
life
saying anything.
topics.
Oh boy.
Yes, we had a very in-depth psychological, emotional conversation. It was
Really?
Right.
intense.
Yeah. It was intense. You all right?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
it was it was very good discussion.
Okay. He's sitting here shaking his head.
It
See,
was.
Ted just got sarcasm too, so this is just like a nothing conversation.
No, we had paragraphs upon paragraphs at each other.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good. Good for you guys. Enjoy. People are saying hi, Gabe.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How is everyone?
Kim Jazz. Do I need booze for this? Beb says.
What hurt?
Kyle Crazy says hello. Everybody saying hi, Gabe.
Oh,
So yeah, hey Michelle. Sorry, we might as well just get to the beginning of the bullshit today. Oh, well, let me just tell you what I did today, because that'll bring it right up. So I wake up, I check the emails and stuff like that, and I see that someone's live. I say, oh my gosh, because when he goes live, I'm talking about Super Dave. When he goes live, it's usually like way earlier than 10 a.m. for me, right? So he was live, and it was 10 something, and he's in there and he's talking and he's explaining. He's talking about I didn't catch it from the beginning, but he was basically talking about how like this lawsuit, him being added to it, has been affecting him, and how he suffers with depression. He's very open about it, right? And how he kind of got, and this is my words, not his, but let's just say like scared and settled back, and like he just like inverted himself, like he went into himself, and basically it was as if his lips were sewn shut, and he like it was really intense for him, and from not just, like I said, I didn't watch it from the beginning, but I know that from not just this live today, he's spoken to several attorneys and he's seen a lot of what's going on, and he's read a lot and he's educating himself a lot, and he's like coming out of the, this is scaring me phase, right? So he's talking about it, and he's just saying how he realizes that, basically he's got nothing on, and he's talking about how he like came into just really talking about this, about the germ. We're going on the germ, right? So, all of a sudden, like we're all in chat, right? And everybody's like, you got this, Dave, blah, blah, blah. I'm supporting him. All of a sudden, Germ shows up in his chat. Right here. Hold on. I actually have it. Oh, yeah, I have it. Hold please. I'm going to show you. Let me tell you. And let me tell you, I am so proud of Dave. Hold on. Which one is it? The screenshot window. There it is. Hold please. Oh, I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? Yeah, I can zoom in. Hold on. Try to make sure you can see it all. All right. Where is it? Lost it again. There it is. Okay. And let me pull this full screen. Sorry, Dave. I know he's not going to be mad that I did this. Because I told him I had this. Anyway, so if you look to the right, see Jeremy here. Let's zoom in here. Oh, shoot. Gabe's new video. Hold on. It wouldn't let me roll in anywhere. Hang on. See right here? See you in federal court. Comes in with a harassing comment, threatening him again, right? And I'm like laughing my ass off. Kristen times him out and then hides him. And I'm like, Kristen, how does that make you feel? She's like, great. So I'm like, hashtag so scared. And I literally laughed this off. But let me tell you, Dave came out and he was like, send the papers. He totally got like, he was fighting, man. He was like ready to fight. And I'm so proud of him. So proud of him for being that way. And I mean, it was like he needed to do that, and you can see it took him back a little bit because he didn't want anybody, I guess, to get upset that he got that way, But I'm telling you right now, this you got to fight back. You got to stand your ground. You got to stand up for who you are, who you believe you are, and David just did it. He did that today. Okay, and I am so freaking proud of him for being that way and doing that and saying what he felt and just nipping Germ right in the freaking bud. right in the right. Jeremy is losing his shit. For him to even go into that chat and say anything is because Dave was getting at him. He couldn't keep his mouth shut. He had to say something, right? So, Dave, if you're out there, I'm super proud of you, man. Good job. Keep it going. That was freaking awesome. And I was like, go Dave, go Dave, go Dave. I was so excited for him to see him be like, send the papers, F you. I mean, I was really proud of him for that. And Kristen was right on it. I mean, she's like, see ya. And it's funny because he has mentioned that he didn't block him or anything like that. But then he says, I ain't having that in here, or however he said it. Kristen heard that and immediately was gone. Because at first he was, timed out immediately. But as soon as Dave said those words, I don't want him in here, Kristen was like, bye, blocked. I was like, right on. So I thought that was great. I thought that was so funny. See you in federal court. Like, he did that to harass him. And proof of that, even though that may seem like no big deal because he said that, if you watch his video tonight, you will hear him trying to undermine Super Dave again in his video tonight. Trying to get under his skin and, like autism this. And then right after this, he went and did a members only live and called it crying and whining. Well, nobody was crying and whining here in this chat, so it's full of shit. All right, but this is what I woke up to. So I was like, okay, and then I come to find there was a video. Kendra, you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're blocked out. I can't see you. I come to find that there was a video I knew about this already, but Thomas did a video. Where'd you go? We're not even showing. Where are we? Hold, please. Can anybody see us?
No.
How'd that happen?
I don't. There we are.
Okay. So anyhow, I was wondering, Tori did that the other night, and I'm like, how did she do that? Anyway. So Thomas did a video the other day, and it was called that it said John Cook had to put up more privacy in Otter Creek, right? Which was the shade cloth that he put at the end that they're freaking out about because now the Tubetown cameras can't film, even though they're trying to deny that there's cameras there, but they can't film through this block now, right? So I get sent this. Hold on, let me show you. Because of the video Thomas did, Germ goes and tries to threaten him. See you at town hall where you will be asked why you got expelled from high school until you tell the planet the truth of what you did. He's trying, and by the way, this is a public post, so doesn't matter. But so he's trying to threaten Thomas now. And this is how he's doing it. He's not there. He's not in Otter Creek. He's in Ohio, clear as day, right? He thinks he's going to threaten Thomas. He's basically saying he's going to be at the meeting. Okay. What are you going to do to Thomas when you get there? This is literally like, it's threatening. It's intimidating. So this is what he did. Now I got that today. I'm not sure when he put that up there, but I got that today after he jumped into Dave's chat. And I'm thinking, what? Then he did this members only thing. Then he comes out with this video tonight. And this video tonight was just like, again, repetitive bullshit. They're reading text messages between Michelle and someone from Otter Creek way back in the day. Yeah, that is blackmail. I agree. That is blackmail. Yep. Way back in the day, 2 years ago. And they're just going on and on about things that Michelle may have said. Now, look, I know John's in the chat, but I know that there was a drinking issue. John is sober now, quite a few months, maybe almost a year, right? Anyway, but there was issues that they were having in their personal relationship. And if Michelle chose to talk to someone who she thought was her friend, then that's what she was doing. Those issues aren't the same anymore. Okay. Whether there's more or others or whatever, it doesn't matter. Michelle's relationship with John is none of anybody's business. Okay. It is not the entire planet's business. Okay. Nor is it Jeremy or George's. And they're just sitting there reading all this information. Like, who the hell cares, dude? George has had 2 conversations with this woman and acts like she constantly talks to her and knows her mind, knows all this shit. They're constantly speculating stuff. I said all this last night. But anyway, so he tells, within the first few minutes, he ends up telling everybody how he's going to court and how every dime that was given to Michelle via me, for Lisa, is going to be given to him. And I'm like, really? How do you manage that? So that's what he's telling people. Every dime given to me will be given to Jeremy. And I can tell you right now, Jeremy will never get a dime because the money was given to me to do with what I was doing. And it was my choice to do what I was doing. No dollars were given to Michelle. It's not her money. It's money for what I'm doing. It's not my money. It's money for what I'm doing. And 2 out of the 3 things that I said I was going to do are done. The 3rd is not completed. So get over it, Germ. You will not get a dime of that. You're not entitled to it at all, ever. Bring it up in court. It's irrelevant. It doesn't freaking matter. Okay. So you can't get her fence. And you can't get her barn, and you sure as hell cannot take away Harley Jolly Christmas. Get over it, you moron. So that's within the first couple of minutes of his video. So he's just saying, oh, what? You know what? Here, that's okay, Jolene. I'll talk about it. I don't mind talking about it, to be honest with you. What? Because when I talk about it and I tell the truth, he looks like a moron. And that's the whole, not necessarily making him look like a moron, but the whole point is to tell the truth and expose the truth and show how he's lying to everybody about almost every little thing he says. And that's the whole point. Okay? Because in his lies, he's hurting people. He's hurting their reputation. He's hurting them. They're causing stress, causing all kinds of crap. And that's the whole point is to show how he lies so much. So let's see. Again, apparently George thinks that, Michelle got a Jeep because she got a Jeep. 2 totally, completely different cars, by the way. But she mentions that again. Talk about a cause. She has a child with health conditions. Because he's talking about how Michelle had a cause, right? The cause was to help raise funds so that she could take care of her child in a better way. Now, you have to remember something. When Harley was born, they knew that she was born via 2 drug addicts. Okay. So they didn't know what type of effects the child would have at birth or throughout her years. They didn't know that. But one of the things that she does have is the GA1 condition. One of the things that she does have. Okay. So in the womb, it was agreed upon that Michelle was going to be adopting this child, no matter what problems she may have as far as her health condition goes. Okay, so and Michelle still took she still adopted her. But so I'm pretty sure certain things cost certain dollars and cents over the years and stuff. So yeah, she does need help sometimes, and there is. I'm sure there's other families who have children that are disabled in some way that could use help along the way sometimes. Okay. And there's also probably awareness needing to be brought to children with the same condition that Harley has. So, there is a cause. She has a child with health conditions, okay, that she possibly was not prepared for. And not to mention, this is all when COVID happened, okay? So talking about John and her relationship and when she moved, how she moved, with money was going where, here, there, Oh, absolutely, Dave. I am so proud of you. I don't know if you just got here, but I am so proud of you for how you handled Jeremy showing up in your channel, man. I am so freaking proud of you. I just told the world about it. I really am. Um, so anyway, so this is when COVID came about, and she moved. She was trying to protect her daughter because the fear of her daughter getting sick could cause Harley some serious problems and life problems. Okay, so and not everybody knows Harley's full condition, and it's no one's business. So people need to stop talking about it. Need to stop using the child. Um, then she talks about how, they're indigent. She shouldn't have this vehicle or whatever. Well, guess what? George and Jerm are claiming they're both indigent, yet they have $1 million home, just bought 2 new condos, and still to this day saying they're indigent. And George has 2 vehicles. She's got a Jeep and she also has a Dodge Ram, right? Ramsey's 2.0, right? So, and they said they're claiming that they're indigent, but I guess so they could have cars or whatever, but Michelle shouldn't have a vehicle. Well, if she doesn't have a vehicle, how is she going to take her child to doctor's appointments and stuff like that? Since you're so concerned for the child, I mean, come on now. They're going to be indigent now. Well, okay. He was trying to imply that they're harassing people still to this day, or harassing Jeremy. They're not doing a damn thing. Jeremy is the one harassing. I just showed 2 images of Jeremy harassing people today. Okay. Let's see. He talks about the fence and stuff like that, and how the fence wasn't there for privacy. Don't tell me the fence wasn't there for privacy. Me and my community helped build that fence. Okay?
What's it
We
there
know exactly.
for then?
Yeah.
That's the point of a fence, to keep things in and keep things out.
Yeah. And he's literally trying to say that like it was not built for privacy or whatever, but we built it. We know exactly why we built it. And it was for privacy, to keep you, Germ, and your minions, your partner, all your little freaks over there out. That's it. Okay? She didn't know she was leaving the hospital with a healthy baby. Yes. She thought she was leaving the hospital with a healthy baby when she left, and they called her back. They didn't when she's on her way basically out the door because the blood work came back. I mean, thank God they did, and they caught it. I mean, they probably would have anyway, but she needed to have immediate treatment and care, and that's what happened. And she spent 17 days in the hospital with Harley right when she was first born. So let's see. What else was said? It's not a lot. I was just like, oh my God, over and over again. He starts saying again that Harley was screaming under a fence at Travis, harassing him. Who teaches their child to do that? Dude, Harley was not screaming under a fence. You're a moron to even say that. So you're trying to tell us now that a 5-year-old child is now harassing you or your minions or your employees. He brings up Andrew. Andrew's a wrong guy. How I'm lying that Andrew didn't live there. Andrew doesn't live there. Get over it. Andrew does not live there. Period. I don't care what the hell you think was said and whatever. Andrew does not live there. Stop telling the world that. Okay? He brings up Super Dave and what happened with Super Dave today. And I'm like, and he's talking about the children's book that's Super Dave's working on. I think it's great. I think it's fabulous. He should publish it. I think it's a great idea. And you know what?
Why did he even give a shit about a book that someone else is working on? Who cares?
Because somebody came up with an
book
idea and he didn't. It's that simple. So I'm like, what is he, jealous of Dave? And then I just couldn't believe that. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't even believe I'm listening to this shit anymore.
There's
he
8
said
billion
that
people in
Dave,
this
since
world.
you're here, since he's here, I want to ask him. He said that Dave sent him an email hating on him, saying his kids hate him and all this other stuff. Dave, did you actually send an email like that? I know he's actually conversed with him in emails, but did you actually send him an email saying how his kids hate him and stuff like that?
Well, even if he did, it's not lies.
It's not, but I just don't see Dave being that vulgar and like harassing to Jeremy. I don't. Even though, he was awesome today, I just don't see him putting in words in writing, some type of like harassing thing where, yeah, I didn't think so. But that's what he said. He said that Dave emailed him saying all kinds of stuff, and Robbie's here. Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm a doing. How you doing?
I'm a doing. We're doing good here.
You're doing good. That's good.
I think I saw a combo between you and Bruce on Sharp's video today. Not sure if you wanted to check that. Between me and Bruce? What, like on the video, or she wouldn't have any emails between me and Bruce.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
I can't believe Jason, though. I can believe Jason. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So that's
Hello,
why he said
Robbie.
that.
Oh, Kendra, you're here?
Yes, Kendra's back again.
That's why I couldn't find her for OF.
I know.
Oh, my God.
You don't answer texts. You don't do nothing. I'm like, where are you? There's people in here waiting.
You are absolutely right. He actually tried to get under Dave's skin in his video today. And I was like, look at this
Hello,
shit.
everybody.
Like,
hello.
that crap is over. That's not happening. I was reading Shara. We got Dave's back 100%.
Yeah, but it's a nice big one. It's me, Lucy.
Oh, we're talking about Marla. I'm sorry, Kim. I thought you were talking to me. Sorry, Kim. Yeah. So, Robbie, you'd be so proud of Super Dave today.
Really?
You really would.
You did good?
Jeremy showed up in his chat and was threatening to sue him, and Dave was just like, "Send the papers." It was awesome. I just literally like in my seat go Dave, like the same way I do like more magic. I was like, go Dave. I'm like, yes, there you go. Fight this mother
awesome.
back. Fight him back, man. So he's been poking me for months now. You just keep that attitude and you keep going forward, Dave. I'm telling you right now. The Superman shirts, awesome. So yeah, he's trying to use these stickers that Dave gave. And Harley being excited about it, running around saying Super Dave, like she always did and does. And even the neighbors hear her say it. So, and I'm not talking about Travis hearing it while he's sitting there recording. But yeah, it's for Jeremy and Travis both to try and say a 5-year-old's harassing them. It was hilarious to me.
Dave,
that's crazy. Either way they can, they're going to use the child. But all of them now.
Listen, Dave. Who cares what he says? He tells people I don't save gators.
Really?
Oh my God. Literally, there's a live video nearly every day about it.
What? He saved a gator with you.
He's done it with me before.
There's a whole swamp full of them. Fuck?
He just lies, man. He just lies and lies and lies.
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So he went live after that, did a members only. Like they're crying and whining or something like that. I'm like, nobody is crying and whining, you lying sack of shit. I was laughing. I'm like, wow.
I'm not crying and whining about anything. I'm sick of your BS because you're a piece of shit. You're never going to be anything other than a piece of shit. And all you care about in the world is yourself. And that's it.
You know how he's doing that whisper thing again. And I'm like, you know what? You know how hard it is for him to sit there for that 37 minutes and literally whisper and try to stay calm so he doesn't appear unhinged? That makes him look more unhinged. He looks psychotic.
It's creepy.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. I'm like, dude, you might as well just talk normal because either way you go, you're lying your ass off. And we know you're unhinged simply because of the topic of conversation. 3 days in a row now. Not only that, I'm going to get to Travis. Let me just finish this moron. So he started attacking Super David, trying to undermine him with this video. I already talked about Michelle and their relationship. Speculation live.
I see
He's saying
Jennifer W.
everyone.
saying hello to everybody. I just have to comment real quick that I'm not saying hello to her. Okay, continue.
Had the rest of that steak.
Okay, you did?
Oh, God, not again.
It was a big piece of London broil.
God, Gabe, do you ever eat anything else?
Just let me finish with this moron. Yeah, well, yeah. Let me get this topic over with. So he says everybody's reached out to him. They've not reached out to anybody. That's a lie. That's a lie right there because he's telling everybody.
Hold on. I got to turn on the chat.
What?
I got to turn on the chat.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you. So he's telling everybody that I reached out to him and
Hi,
his legal
Ray.
team, and the live with Michelle that he ended with. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even get to finish it because I was literally watching. I started watching it at 9:00, so I didn't get to finish watching that. I was like, I don't care what he's saying about Michelle. I don't care what he's saying about Michelle. I know Michelle. To me, it doesn't freaking matter. It doesn't matter what he shows. All the stuff he's showing, talking about the text between her and John, or her and her friends, whatever her feelings are, it's all irrelevant to the court. The only thing that this court gives a shit about right now is who wrote the signs and how many people saw them. If they're not even asking who wrote the signs, you know, he's got to prove that she wrote them. That's it. That's all that matters. The case is going on right now.
Hi, Mindy.
Anyway, so but nobody's reached out to him. Nobody. He reached out to her whole family. He reached out to her grandson. He offered her grandson $200 for pictures of the property and $300 for videos of the property. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. So he's just lying to people. He's setting people up. He's set people up all along. He's absolutely been doing that for years.
I just say hi quietly in the background.
I know.
Lisa, go ahead, keep talking. I know. You just keep talking, and I'll just say hi quietly in the background. Hello, raw dog.
He's talking about. Then he brings up paint chips, okay, and fake LLCs or fake companies. I'm like, oh my god, dude. You know what? You really do not want to piss someone like Richard off, okay?
Hi, Marla.
You definitely don't want to do that. All right, that's all I'm going to say there. Obsessing over Michelle. He did just completely obsessing. Absolute obsession. Like I said, none of it's relevant to the court. And then she's reading all this stuff, George, and I'm like, what the hell is she reading from? Where is she getting this? Because she's twisting things that she's saying. She's talking like she was in the conversation with Michelle, and she wasn't. Anyway, I can't. They're talking about her money. They're talking about he already has Lisa, right? They're talking about her funds and all this stuff, and I'm like, really? You think that Michelle's funds and assets are they're pretty simple?
Hey, real Thomas simple. Collins.
You see them. Everybody's seen them. There's nothing else to see. However, no one's seen yours or George. That's going to be fun to see and very interesting to see. And they will. So anyhow, let's see. He went off on Michelle's daughters, talked about how her family is pathetic, and saying that Jeremy offered her money. Jeremy did offer them money. Jeremy did offer them plane tickets. Jeremy did offer them rides to the airport. He says he did that at least. But what he's also ignoring to say is that Shaka tried to get her to say something that never happened. And that was, in fact, true. They were saying this Flipper. Bottom line here, and they keep mentioning Harley. Harley's none of your business. That's it. Harley is none of your business. And that is the child that you are now trying to say is harassing people. Yeah. You don't know the child. You don't know her health issues, and you certainly do not know her behaviors. So shut the hell up.
Oh, because it's just that easy, Spade.
And Shara cared about the child. Shara didn't give a rat's ass about this child. And she needs to shut the hell up. They all need to shut the hell up. Because they are not in their lives. They've planted themselves in their lives. They are not really in their lives. They're taking pieces of information, anything someone could, hand them, make up or whatever. I would love to see the proof of me contacting Jeremy or his legal team. I want proof. Show proof. You don't have proof. You're a lying sack of crap. Let's see.
Okay, hi everybody. It's so rude that I'm whispering hello to everybody.
Oh,
He has to make his presence known, guys.
we know his presence is there. We heard him.
Spade, they agree to Robbie talking while Lisa's talking.
Robbie's talking. Everyone quiet.
Yeah.
Hi, raw dog.
What I can tell you
Robbie
this,
is the new pope.
Jeremy has denied having conversations with Michelle, right? I can tell you I've seen the conversations with Michelle via text message and everything. Okay, and there's nothing crazy. Michelle never asked him for anything crazy like he says, nothing. I'm telling you, this guy is lying through his teeth about everything. Everything from day one. I just think that he never thought in a million years she'd get anybody to help her defend herself. And he would just get that property.
Shocking.
But that's just it. I mean, he thought he would eventually get that property. Meaning, like, okay, maybe he wouldn't get it. They'd have to move out and leave. But if she wouldn't be able to sell it. And so he'd put a lien on the property and he'd eventually get it. That's what I think he thought was going to fucking happen. He still thinks that's going to happen. I don't think so. So George was talking about how being on the property was so scary. So scary. Afraid for her life being on the property. Well, then why did you go over there to get free food for your chickens? Why were you on the property? So it's like, what the hell? So she's full of shit. They're both just lying. And George is lying more and more and more to make Jeremy look truthful. And they're just not.
Is he still using her face and everything for his thumbnails?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Still?
Oh yeah. You had to hear George and Jeremy, but mainly George yesterday, stating that they can use anybody's pictures on their thumbnails that they want. There's no law against that. I'm like, okay. Wow. Is this germ law? Because this is definitely germ law, which doesn't exist. The girl's out of her freaking mind. She's got to be listening to him or something. Because how stupid can they be? Robbie was breaking news today on someone's live. I don't know.
On whose
Robbie's
live? On whose live, King Paco?
Then she starts talking because she's reading about John, she's reading about Michelle talking about John and her relationship, right? And then this is exactly what she says. She said that she had a chance to split off from John before moving to Otter Creek. But no, she didn't because he's a paycheck to her. And I literally choked on my drink. I was like, hold up. She's saying that about Michelle? Didn't you have a chance to leave Jeremy, 2 or 3 times now that we all know of, but you came back because it's a paycheck? So aren't you just talking about Michelle doing something that you do? Okay. So I couldn't believe that she said that. I'm like, that's kind of funny. I'm like, that is what she did. That is what she does. She's with Germ for the paycheck. And it's not, the paycheck that we think because she gets paid less than minimum wage. It's because of the money she gets with the whatnots and the t-shirts and all that. Okay, that girl is getting paid. It doesn't matter what she's telling the world, she's getting paid. He's going to have to prove every dime that comes into What the Hales, the DBA, and Hang Your Hat Homes, and Elephant Shoe. So, anyway, and then he starts talking about how Michelle was once talking about how she would be good at unboxing stuff. She can't lift a lot of heavy things, but she'd be good at unboxing and stuff. So he's trying to say that Michelle was thinking about working for them at one point in time. Well, gee, Jerem, you put ads out for the people in Otter Creek if they wanted to work. You put ads out. Okay, and when you were first there, up until May 14th, well, probably like a week or two before, let's just say the beginning of May, because in April, there's a video of you saying hi and waving to Michelle, calling her Michelle, okay? So come May of 2023, exactly 2 years ago, is when you switched, and all of a sudden you couldn't stand her, and she's the worst person in the world, and she's stalking you. But before that, everything was fine. Everything was fine.
Lisa, will you read this King Paco thing? What does that mean?
King Pac, hold on, let me scroll.
Open letter.
Open letter, Robert Kesey, the swamp hero to Federal Zero. Oh, those open letter things is that shizzy Wiznut asshole. He's like a drunk dude that makes up a whole funny scenario, like a speculative storyline. He's worse than Megan, but he makes it funny, so everybody likes it.
Who is he?
It's Shizzy Wiznuts something. I really don't even know who he is. He's got guitars on the wall. I told him you're better off going and playing those suckers, unless you don't really know how to play them. But yeah, he's another person on the gravy train. But because he's funny, he's got more out of it. Like he got more attention than like Vague Nation, because Vague Nation is obviously an idiot and lies. He's pretty obvious that he's lying about things he says. But Shizzy Wiznuts like literally really believes Jeremy.
Email Lisa.
Or better yet, he believes Megan, because he wasn't a part of any of this. This is the guy that said that we weren't putting cement holes in the fence. Cement in the posts of the fence. That's that guy.
Hey, Crimson.
Anyway, just wanted to add, Jeremy put ads out there for people in Otter Creek if they wanted to work. And that's probably where that conversation came up with Michelle. But, you know, that's it. That's all I'm going to say. The guy's an idiot, because I watched up until he showed a video of Michelle. I listened to some of that, but then I had to go live, so I didn't get to listen to the whole thing. And like I said, I don't really care what's on there. It's irrelevant. It's absolutely irrelevant. She did not stalk Germ to Otter Creek. That's been proven. She did not write the signs. That's also proven. And he's just upset that he doesn't see the proof. And he's not going to see the proof until it's necessary for him to see the proof. Get over it. You're not at a point in the trial where you need to see the proof.
Mike,
it's just not there yet. You'll see it when it's necessary. Anyway, go ahead, Robbie. You've been dying to just talk. Go ahead.
I'm just, Mike said read something above Lisa and Robbie.
Lisa and Robbie what?
Mike said read above.
Mike McDermott.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking. Did you find it?
Yeah, he's talking about Brad Arnold. From 3 Doors Down. He's diagnosed with kidney cancer, stage 4. And it spread to his lungs.
I read about that today.
Yeah, they had to cancel their tour.
Yeah, he's not well.
Wow.
Yeah, he went live.
There are some of us who have people in high places.
You know what today is, though, Lisa, right?
What? The 8th?
No. Do you know what today is?
Thursday.
Oh, my goodness. It's Flip the Bird.
Oh. Flip the Bird. Did I change my
I saw that today on someone's Instagram post.
I didn't know that.
Crossbone Scully song.
With those letters, right? He makes accusations. Thank you, Mike Johnson. He makes accusations, and none of the things he said has come to fruition yet, and probably never will. But
it's
people
one
think
of Tommy's songs.
one of Tommy's songs. Bonita, thank you so much.
Bonita, flip the bird. Let's
Creepy
flip the
people,
bird
dirty
day.
shells with sunken beady eyes and their mangy, all gagged out bugging eyes. Lisa, the dog in a suit, appeared last night UK time, and she's just as bad as before. Also, that Shara was playing a police video, and I can guarantee it was two with a Harry shooting super dad. Dog with the oh, okay, yeah, I don't care about that. That's an attention seeking thing, so I really don't care. Not that all of this is not attention seeking, but that to me, that's like, the little branch that just fell off the tree. Like, that doesn't matter. Um, as I choke, Shara was playing a police video. I can guarantee it was Harry. Harry shooting Super Dave. Christina, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Shara better be careful what she's putting out there. Yeah, there better not be any Lisa Tulis or Tori or anything on her shit anymore. Lisa, you better tell more plans to stalk neighbors is grayed out with a red flag warning on it. Yeah, because it's 18. It has an 18 and over thing on it. Because last night when we were live, we were showing John O'Keefe's injuries on his arm, and at first they looked at it and thought it was like the cutting that people do to themselves, and they looked at it like it was they removed the video first, and then they sent me a letter like if we were thinking about harming myself. So I'm like, no, you got this all wrong. And then they put it back up, but because it was a graphic in it, they put it graphic images or something and made it 18 and over. So that's fine. That's okay. Read my post up. Okay. Pabs. Where you at? Pabs. Looking. Lisa, your video oh, yeah, I just did. Okay. Yeah, Tori's doing okay. I read an update from her earlier. She is in less pain than she was earlier, and she's going to go to sleep. And but as long as she's okay with, I guess, with the meds that they're giving her and stuff, and she has no like reactions whatsoever, they'll be actually sending her home tomorrow. So.
Yep. She called me earlier and I missed it. Dang it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does Shara even have a page? She had a page until she flipped on Germ. There was like 2 or 3 videos or something on there. Now all of a sudden there's all this bullshit. Okay, Hannah. Thank you. Yeah, I was watching her page this morning, and so I had seen that she was put into surgery, and then she came out and she was in recovery. So I messaged her a little bit later and said, "You'll probably not get this for a while, but I hope you're doing okay." And she messaged me quite quickly, and she said that she has a new knee joint, and she was in more pain then, but she's better now, or at least she said that going into this, she had a pain level of like 7 or 8 or something, and now her pain level is a 5. So that's good. So she's already seeing, the difference in the pain she was having. Please make Hannah a mod. Yes, Shara has a page. Oh, she has a Facebook page, right? She must, because she's posting shit on the Facebook stuff. I don't know what it is, but I know she's posted. I got copies of it. It's healing. Yeah. Yeah, she has a YouTube channel, yeah. But she also has a Facebook page because she's posted on. There's a whole group dedicated to her and her bullshit lies that she's been spewing since way before she was even doing the Otter Creek stuff. Let's see. No, they don't. Let's see. So Kendra,
Yeah.
being that we brought up that image that kicked us off last night, we did come back last night. I'm not sure if many people saw that we were back because it was late too. Is this a real story or is it fictional? People want to know. I read some stuff on Facebook, but I never thought of her as a journalist. She's not. What's her publications? Like, what? There? I mean, for 2 years, she was going over, okay, let's just say
awesome, Mike.
15 months. Okay. She's doing a story on Otter Creek and apparently Michelle too. And nothing. Nothing.
Good night, Ernie.
And then she got pissed off that I started talking about it and she wasn't invited to the party. Well, I'm sorry, her lawyer was, who turned out to be her lawyer, by the way. He wasn't her lawyer at the time. But yeah. And she's mad that she wasn't invited. Well, you're kind of boring. Sorry, she was on a panel with 6 other people and she barely said a word.
Who wasn't invited?
Shara, and she got pissed off. And then she kept trying to convince Michelle that her story shouldn't be told in this way and blah, blah, blah. Listen, Jerem is attacking her for 2 years. You're acting like you're trying to help her and you've done absolutely fucking nothing. You know all these lies. You debunked him too. You know he's lying through his teeth. Now you're flipping the switch. But you knew all this stuff too. And you didn't help me do anything. I've never spoken to you before. And she's going over it. She's literally jealous that, we've done this. And here it is. Look, guess what? You flipped. You got more subscribers than I do, honey. So what are you so worried about? What are you bitching about? Go do your thing. Go be another one of Jeremy's minions. You'll never get the amount of subs that Megan has. She's already taken them all. There's only so much time people can watch everything, So you're a little late to the game. You missed your little boat, but you have fun while you got it, Just, you're calling yourself a journalist and you're literally becoming like Megan, who was once a journalist with some type of credibility, who's basically lost it now because of Jerem. Follow the leader. Go ahead. Just stay on your own side. Stay over there. Why is Lisa's eyelid up? Is she part of the Illuminati? You never know.
Hi, kids. What's up, sir?
What's that, Pebs? What was that green Pebs? Remember for 9 months. Thank you.
Where's Pebs? I don't see Pebs.
Pebs is here. Pebs is here. So anyway, as I was saying before, Kendra, what's the news on the Karen Reed trial today? Since we saw the injuries last night that, took the channel down for a second.
I'm bored with that trial. I want to watch the P. Diddy trial. Is that starting yet?
We can't watch the P. Diddy trial.
We can't ever watch it. It'll never be aired.
Dang it.
To just get daily reports. They're still picking jurors anyway.
Oh, it should be interesting.
So, unfortunately, the Diddy trial is not going to be terribly exciting.
Yeah.
I want to see the day the music died.
Well,
the music didn't die with P. Diddy. Come on now.
Oh, boy. A big chunk of the music industry is going to die.
Oh, it's going to die because they're all going down because they were part of what he was doing. But the music, are you kidding? Mr. Replica, all he does is copy other people's songs and make money off of it. That's why I never liked him.
Everybody else involved with him. There's a lot of celebrities involved with this man.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to wipe out the music industry, the entertainment industry, everything.
Well, there's got to have to be some kind of entertainment.
There's plenty of people left that, weren't uninvolved.
There's 10 actors, 10 actresses, 10 musicians.
Well, a
Uh,
lot of the people that were uninvolved are from like they had their heyday already. You know what I mean? Like it seems like a lot of the people in the 90s that became seriously popular were pretty much involved with all of it. You know, like
It's
you still had
really
Oprah. Oprah is like the top of the chain. Here, I think yeah, I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole if I do that. So I'm not. I'm gonna let it go.
you watch
I'll
though,
let it
Lisa.
go.
Lisa and
But,
Kendra, you watch. Mark my words. I will say it here first. You have heard it here first.
uh,
This trial will affect more industries than any other trial ever.
I believe Ghislaine
real.
Maxwell, instead of giving out and giving up Epstein's government peeps that were involved in this shit, she went in the music, or they went after the music industry and the entertainment industry, so that it doesn't go after any president, ex-president, vice president, governors,
Oh,
things
it's
like
going to
that.
bring politicians into
I
P.
think it
Diddy's
will,
too.
but not as many if she told the
No,
whole
Diddy
thing. I
was
think
not
they went
involved
after
with the political realm nearly as much as he
Epstein
was
was.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
he
like
was involved with the entertainment industry too, but Diddy was mainly the entertainment industry. You had him, you had what's his face, R. Kelly. You know,
there's
then those two were in competition within themselves. You know,
they
so I
all
Oh, this is
turn
going to
on
be
each
much
other
bigger.
eventually.
yeah.
This will be much bigger than R. Kelly.
Oh, without a doubt, without a
100
doubt.
times bigger.
I think
Yeah.
though that most people are going to pay their way out of getting labeled and just pay off whatever they need and will fly under this radar and we're never going to know or find out about it.
I don't
I don't
know.
know.
There's some big time people who've already been named.
Because the people that have been named or are part of it are some of them are very fucking old.
Yeah.
And
Well, you have to
the
remember a lot of this stuff has been going on for years.
and
Yep.
Years.
they're going to
Years.
go after the charges on him with like the RICO case and whatnot. And a lot of people are unrelated to that.
Guys, this is going to affect the NBA, the NFL, the
Oh, that was this morning, Thomas.
National
Okay.
NBL.
Well,
Um,
he's literally had political
I believe
people,
so, Peggy.
singing people, musicians, artists, sports people, actors, actresses, old, young, and in the middle. Like he's been attached to, people on radio, like everywhere. But a lot of these people who are innocent have openly talked about it and being like, yeah, you had to go to his house to sign some of your deals and whatnot just because he owned it and like that
Right.
was it. They go, that's the only time they ever saw him. So they did, what they had to do. They didn't see shenanigans at the moment. So like he's attached to tons of people, but I think there's still a good amount that are not. We just see the pictures because he then would take a picture. Yay, we signed the contract. So I think they're amping it up, like, and we're just waiting for castles to crumble that we're never going to end up seeing happen as much as we want it to.
I think that, okay, I believe that between Epstein and the P. Diddy stuff,
oh
there's been
God,
stuff
that'll.
that's been going on for years
Oh
and
yeah,
years and years, for centuries actually, because they have these groups which everybody calls the Illuminati, right? And the Illuminati is actually the name of one of many groups, okay, that are part of the. See, this is so weird how they did this too.
the cabal.
We'll call it the cabal. Yeah, the cabal. They tend to try and make it like the Freemasons, and there's all these levels and stuff like that. And we all have family that have been Freemasons, are known to be
Good night,
Freemasons,
William.
but not those Freemasons. You know what I mean? So it's like
Right.
to say it's almost like they used something that was known and popular to call it, that and make it look like it's an innocent thing when it's really not. So, but you have all these groups of people that do crazy parties and crazy things at these parties, and then they frame each other and
But
put
I
them
got a
in
question.
situations so that they can blackmail them later and make them do whatever they want. So P. Diddy is not the first to do this. He will not be the last to do this, although it'll probably slow down for quite a bit. But
Oh, it's
But
there's a lot of
why
people.
is it if you're rich and famous, or maybe just one or the other, why do you suddenly get your brain so fucked up? You
Good night,
like this
Mindy.
weird and twisted sick shit. Like, I don't get it. How
Well, you
does
have
that
someone
make
like
you like
Clive
these
Davis.
crazy fucking things that they talk about?
I think P Diddy he just loved it too much. He has the godlike complex, and he just wanted more and more. More and more. What time was that comment on my video? Yes, yes. Okay, so that was this morning. I thought so, but I wasn't sure because I knew it came out like your video came out yesterday or the day before. But yeah, so that was this morning. So Jeremy was up listening to everybody this morning when he was doing that. He probably commented on your video and then went into Dave's chat because it was around 10 something that I was there. Because I believe Dave said, yes, Dave did say something about me being up
Lady
early.
Veteran.
Lady Veteran, thank you.
I told you, Lady Veteran, you got your belt. Oh my God, it's the greatest thing in the world.
So, but like during the 80s,
I just don't get it. If I won the lotto tomorrow, I don't want any baby oil. I don't want any giant parties where everybody must dress in a certain color. Like, I just don't see the relation that these famous
Have a
people
good night,
go
honey.
fucking weird.
think of P. Diddy like Germ, the ego. There has to be more. When you get it, you feed off of it. You know what I
But
mean? And
it's
that's
insanely
it's
sick
crazy.
shit. Like, that's
Yeah,
where
but
they fell far fast. Like, what the fuck?
Well, you have so many young people wanting that fame and fortune, and they sign away their lives to the devil. And what happens is he would have these parties. He'd have the parties. You got to be special to go up to the top floor. And when you go to the top floor, they give you drinks, and they're feeding you drugs in these drinks, and then you pass out. You have no idea what you're doing. He's putting you in sexual positions with people or a person or people, and these young people. This is uh underage people. This is all kinds of stuff that they're putting these people in positions while they're high as a kite, not knowing what they're doing, and they're taking pictures, they're taking videos, they're doing all of it, and then afterwards they're blackmailing them with it. So basically they become the bitch, P. Diddy's bitch, doing everything he wants him to do. That's what's going on. But P. Diddy just took it too far, too extreme. Too many people knew. You know what I mean? But that I could tell you this, it was going on for centuries. If you ever watch The Fall of the Cabal, you could kind of go back and see all of it. I'm not telling anybody to go do it, but you can see that this stuff has been going on for centuries. Centuries. Okay. Now, when I was deep in like the whole 80s rock part of it, you didn't really hear much about things like that. What you did hear about was certain celebrities. Let's just say Charlie Sheen, and then Corey Haim. Okay, but it was a rumor. Then? It was a rumor. You know what I mean? You knew certain.
I hung out with them.
Yeah, but you knew that David Geffen was gay. That if you hung out with David Geffen and you did what he wanted you to do, you'd get a record deal. So,
right.
Yeah. So I mean, he offered that to Tory. Tory was like, hell no. But so that was there, but you didn't think of that, like, in a sense, that's David Geffen kind of pulling a P. Diddy, right? But he didn't drug people to do it. I mean, Tory was totally normal. You know what I mean? Hell no. So, but then you have Clive Davis, who probably did the same exact thing. Did I know of Clive Davis in that? No. Did I know of any of these groups of all these people? I mean, when Bush was president, they were mentioned to be in the Skull and Bones, whatever group, but did we all know what all that was then? No, but you heard about little things along the way. But you didn't hear about this serious of this kind of crap going on. I don't remember any of it coming up with any hard rock.
I don't remember anything like that.
Gay? Huh?
Yeah, Rob Halford.
Yeah. So yeah, Rob Halford, it found out, came out that he was gay. And it kind of shocked people in a sense, but then you know what? It kind of didn't, and it was fine. And then Freddie Mercury, who else? Obviously John, things like that. But those are the things that you heard. You didn't hear about this crazy shit that like P. Diddy's doing. Even though it was going on, it was just more of a hush hush thing. The 90s I think with a lot of the R&B and the rap stuff, and so many people becoming and getting involved, and so many artists coming out back to back to back to back to back. There was so many. It happened with a lot of them, and it was too much. Too many people. Too many people knew, and now it's all coming to the forefront. That's what I think. Bohemian
a
Grove. There you go,
big
Spade. Thank you.
problem was all the rappers. Not to be
Christy,
rude, but they all started to like go up
Cosby.
against each other and fight against
Yeah,
each other. There was
yeah,
too much of it at a high
yeah,
level, and so they started doing things, and that's what started to leak some of this stuff out.
yeah. That's exactly what I think
Christy,
happened.
I've been to a lot of parties at the Playboy Mansion, and there was never something like where you could go to certain areas or certain rooms or
You are right,
anything.
Mike Nelson. You're absolutely right.
There's just secret underground tunnels.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy
never,
how
I
like
never heard about those back then,
no,
though.
no, me either, man.
And
But
I've been to a lot of those parties.
Yeah, it was different back then. Like people were quiet. I mean, they wanted their voice. I know that. I remember that. I'm not sure if they really wanted their voice. They just wanted to be accepted more so back then. I mean, that's the line that it was. Uh, and that's fine. Hey, whatever you want to do, do it. But
The
these
grotto
extremes is
was,
totally different. I mean,
and honestly, I think the Tupac Biggie,
uh,
like that whole dynamic there, and that shut down a lot of people as well in fear. They all went quiet where it
yeah,
was starting to, and then they all, oh shit, and everybody hushed down, for a good period of time. But then it started to, you
Larry
know,
Front.
get loud again. And also, I think some of these people are just so old now. They're like thinking, well, now that they're old enough, I can say this or that. Some
Right,
people they are happier about that. I mean, I don't know.
right,
I would
Beverly.
like to
Yep.
see if somebody, although I do have to say it's pure entertainment, when Kanye goes on his fucking rants, man, he doesn't tell lies. He tells truths, but
yep.
But
he,
they deem him crazy, so people don't think, he's full of it. Nobody believes him.
well,
Christine, we could
Well,
see
now they might be
Larry,
singing a different tune.
there's
we
no
could see
way he
Larry
can go
Flint's house.
unscathed.
We could see Larry Flint's house from our patio, and he never had huge parties over there. We had huge parties at our house.
Jack Nicholson
And
had huge parties.
yeah, Jack Nicholson had huge parties.
Yeah.
Um, the guy
Girls in
who
their
owned,
boobies all over the place.
yeah, guy who owned Conway Studios had huge parties.
Yeah.
The what's his name? Houdini's house. There
I
was
believe
huge
Cat
parties
Williams.
there. There was huge parties at Houdini's house, which was a studio.
Right, Thomas?
Then that was at Lookout Mountain and Laurel Canyon. And there was a lot of big parties, but never
You didn't see this
something
stuff
like
going on.
Pete Diddy's. Yeah, never something like Pete Diddy's parties.
Yeah, like I remember when Jack Nicholson was being accused of raping his ex-girlfriend
Yeah,
or something like that, and I was
yeah,
like, "Hold up, now I'm sorry." Okay, first off, you remember Wes Arkeen, right? So
yeah.
he was dating Valerie Kendall. Valerie Kendall had been married to Alex Van Halen. Okay,
Right.
Valerie got a boob job because Jack Nicholson paid for it. Jack was very friendly and very open, and he just, here, you need a boob job, here, go get it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
he had girls all over the place at his parties, and it wasn't that he like did anything with them. I mean, I'm sure he did a few or whatever, but like he
Yeah,
did not
God, he
need
had.
to do what this girl was accusing him of. I mean, I was at one of the parties myself, and I was like, And the best part about, I will never forget this, I'll tell you guys. Y'all seen Witches of Eastwick?
Yeah.
You know how when he's walking through the street and his hair's all a mess and he's like flipping, he's just absolutely a mess.
That's what he looks like at his house.
That's exactly what he looks like at his house. When we went to the door to go in, he comes down and we're coming from like the back of his house. Now, Jack lived, all right, so you pulled into a driveway, right? And there's 3 homes literally off this driveway. There's a gate, you pull in, there's 3 buttons. Okay. One is Jack's, the other was Marlon Brando's, and there was a woman who lived in between them. Okay. So you get Jack will open the gate, you pull in, you go to the right, and that's Jack's house, and you're kind of like in the back of his house. Right? That's how it seems. Okay. So you're in the back and he's got all these beautiful like old cars and stuff under like a carport. And you go and he comes down the stairs to open the door. He comes down in a pair of like navy blue sweatsuit. Okay. And his hair is just everywhere. All over the freaking place. I literally thought I was like walking into the dude's house, like the mansion, which is Eastwick when that happened. But I mean, Jack is just never. But he's a great guy. He's a fun guy, you know. And but he was very, you know, he was happy, and so like him being arrested or actually going to court with the whole bullshit with that girl, I was like, nuh-uh, there's no way. He doesn't need to do this crap, you know. And obviously, that whole thing just disappeared. That whole case, it was like gone and over with out of nowhere. But I knew myself just from like being around. I mean, he used to hang out at the Roxy all the time. You know, the Beau, he hung out there, and his worst thing, like he liked cocaine. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, all of them do.
Yeah, but like so many, and so those are the stories. Yeah, it never ever got as crazy as this shit. Never. But they knew it went on. You know, it doesn't mean they all participated.
Angelica Houston for a long time.
I believe so, yes.
Yes, he did.
I believe so. He was also with that Lara Flynn Boyle. What else? There was something else I was going to say. Now you have Mel Gibson, right? Who completely...
He liked alcohol.
Mel Gibson liked alcohol?
Yeah, remember when his drunk rant got recorded?
Oh, God, he loves his alcohol.
Okay, but he's also come forward saying a lot of this crazy crap that goes on in Hollywood is not false. Okay, and look at his age. He knows. So a lot of that stuff...
Yeah, but he's talking about the old parties back then. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on, but nothing like this.
He's not talking about like P. Diddy type stuff, but he is talking about those groups.
Yeah.
He is talking about those groups, but not to the level of P. Diddy, even though it's the same. It's just, put it this way, it wasn't as open and as much as what's going on. P. Diddy like overdid it, you know? But I mean, I definitely believe Mel Gibson, 100% believe him. And, you know, but you didn't see it. You didn't see it open like that.
He just silently donates a large amount of money to very good causes, too.
Women's shelters and other things, yeah.
And it's really sad to be able to not to be able, but to know something like that and know that if you told people that you would be the one that was looked upon like crazy, which he was, and you know, you'd be lying, and like the people you had to go up against to tell the story, I mean, because they had authorities involved, you know, they covered their asses, you know, there's a lot of stuff and groups. You have Scientology, which is considered another group. How far they're going to let you believe that
was crazy in the 80s and 90s.
What?
Oh my God, you could not walk down Hollywood Boulevard without being approached by Scientology.
What are you guys doing?
Talking about the industry.
What industry?
Entertainment. And now we were just talking about Scientology. Which it seems it's just another group. Big group, huge group. Just another group. Started off by talking about P. Diddy. We were going to be talking about Karen Reed, and it went right into P. Diddy.
Oh, yeah. He's the talk of the town.
He has been for a while. Yep, Leah Remini left Scientology.
Now she preaches against it.
Oh, yeah. Yep, no doubt.
A bunch of people do.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is right there.
Right at the top of it all.
Right, he's
Yeah.
he's like Moses.
Right. Moses.
When his time comes to pass on, that
He's the
whole
Moses of
cult is
Scientology.
going to be lost without him.
Right? One of the actors
Well,
that said
him
young
and John Travolta.
Weinstein and help with
Yeah,
help
they're
from
about the
Meryl Streep
same
and Oprah.
age.
Yes, he is.
What?
Mel Gibson came forward saying that young actresses were getting groomed by Harvey Weinstein and Oprah. That's where it happened a lot with the actors and actresses.
The mind boggler.
That's what you heard about.
This
What?
is the mind boggler.
What?
Corey Haim and Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Years ago when they said all this stuff,
Nobody believed them.
nobody believed them.
Yep.
And they were right all along.
Yeah. Yeah. To the Hare Krishna, they sure faded away. I used to see them.
Everyone thought Mel Gibson was losing his mind.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. The foundation of Scientology is you're from aliens. Come on. Travolta is such a nice guy. Oprah breaks my heart. Yeah, it's when Oprah was backing that John of God or something. Who was that? Kendra, what's that guy's name?
Yeah, that was his name, but he fooled everybody for a long time.
Yeah, you do. You have John Voight, Stallone, and quite a few others. Jim Carrey, even. You know, and then they all thought Jim Carrey was going nuts when Jim Carrey started to say stuff. Yeah,
Well, Jim Carrey's he's Jim Carrey.
right. But they thought he was really losing it. You know what I mean?
You have to be some kind of thing up
Now,
there to come up
Chester
with this.
Pennington. Chester Pennington.
What about him?
He died.
Yeah.
He was doing a documentary with Chris Cornell, who died, both supposedly by suicide. And why is that?
Well, it's the same reason why all of the girls who came forward about Epstein have also died by suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're all dying by suicide, and so people pay attention to that. They're like, all of a sudden, if I speak out, I get
Denzel
suicided.
Washington. Now, I've met Denzel Washington literally at a gas station one time, and he was supposedly at P. Diddy's party at least once that I know of, and he walked away like, oh hell no, I'm not doing this, and wanted nothing to do with it. I believe that he has nothing to do with any of this shit, but that he knows about it. In fact, they were at a party and his wife was like totally drunk, and like he was yelling at her to get back in the car. She wouldn't get back in the car. It was funny. But he's actually, even during that, he was a very nice guy. But I've seen him in talking about things, and I think he's well aware, but did not participate. And Winchester, the name of just went so fast. Sorry. Wasn't
Yeah.
Chester the name of an alligator who died at Gatorland a couple years ago?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Washington doesn't even kiss another woman in his movies. But he's always playing those. Denzel has said he was not involved in Diddy's crap and didn't go to anything there after the first time. Yep. I believe that. Yeah. I believe that they were like sneaky, like when they know, that when they see people amongst, all these parties and stuff like that, it's almost as if like they know who they could try and get involved. if they didn't get them involved at a young age, you'd have to kind of wait and see, like, is this guy into this? Is this guy into that? Does he drink? Can we knock him out? You know what I mean? With drugs. I mean, that's the only way they're going to get them. They get them by blackmailing them. Hey, just noticed. Thank you for membership. Oh, whoop whoop. What, Monica? Lisa, read my post for Kendra. Okay, Kendra. John has a post for you.
Okay.
And I can't find it. Hold on.
You know what?
How far up is it?
Figure out why everybody has such feelings and emotions of negativity and hatred towards Harry and Meghan. Now, I get why everybody doesn't care about Meghan, but they're very just upset at Harry, and I'm like, it can't just be because he decided to not be in the Royals, which there's another whole rabbit hole for you. Like, but anytime he does fucking anything in public, here
John,
they
I don't
come
see it.
after him, and I'm like, why is this so strong still? Like, why does it have to keep going on? And I'm like,
9 chins.
I don't get it. I'm like, they're not bothering anybody. It doesn't make sense to me.
It's just
Especially
crazy.
the Americans that hate him so much. I'm like, you don't give a shit about what happens in the UK. Shut up.
Flood. If he's an asshole and you know it, clap your hands. If he's an asshole and you know it, clap your hands. If Jeremy's an asshole and you know it, because his face surely shows. If he's an asshole and you know it, clap your hands. That's what the clap was. That's what Tammy said, clap. Thank you, 9 chins. Whose birthday is it? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Because he's not falling in line with the Royals. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're all great, honest people too, and so he stepped away from that.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. So what happened with the Cara Reid trial today?
Well, Pope Robert doesn't want to hear about it over there.
No, you can. You can.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It's just that I just want to see. I'm so interested in the P. Diddy thing, to see what happens.
I think it's going to be a while before we hear
Before anything gets anywhere with that
I
one.
think the thing is, I think a lot has to happen, because I do believe it's a smokescreen for the a lot of the Epstein stuff.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They went with the entertainment industry rather than going after the government guys. So I think they're going to let out all the music peeps and keep the government stuff.
But are they going to be people we know, really? Or is it going to be a whole bunch of rappers nobody really knows?
Who's picking on Flutter?
What? Why is anybody picking on anybody?
I don't know. Who's picking on my Flut?
Well, Lisa, read my post for Kendra. I posted it again, Lisa. No, you didn't. Okay, here's the thing. If it's an OF thing, I'm not going to go searching for it, because you're making me search a lot. And now he's just making me look. So I'm not. Okay. Kendra, John has a message for you somewhere along the line. So just pay attention. Because I'm not going to pay attention. Now I'm going to ignore him. Anybody watching the Russ McCamey trial? Who's Russ McCamey?
Yeah, what's that trial?
I heard of it, but I'm not paying attention to it. I just have to watch and learn all about taillight fragments. we've had all kinds of analysts breaking apart taillights over here.
Jesus.
They still doing that today?
So today the one cop was on the stand all day long. The one guy who is technically the boss of the guy that got fired for his wrongful investigation. So
Okay.
we had to analyze. I mean, there was a lot of objection sustained, re-ask your question a different way. You can't answer that. Strike this, strike this, strike this. A lot of that. Because they were really being specific about all the wording. But
It's right above you, Peggy.
there this guy
Thank
was
you.
in charge of evidence, and so
He's
he actually brought in the evidence bags and put on gloves and the stand, cut open the bags and pulled out the clothing that John was wearing and showed it to everybody. And that was heartbreaking. And I'm just like morbidly thinking, this is the last outfit he ever wore. Like, this is just sad. Like, and then we saw the good video footage of one of the bars that they were at where they happened to be right under a colored camera. And we got to count all of the alcoholic beverages they all were consuming. These people can fucking drink. But yeah, so we jumped from 5 drinks to Karen Reed to 7, and I missed somehow how we got from 5 to 7. But that got striked today by the judge. They said strike that when the cop answered I was a total of 7. I was like, yeah, where did we go from 5 to 7? And it's not like she had full tall 5 glasses. She had a tall glass, and then shots kept being added to it. So like she never finished her drink. It was
Right.
just being refilled. So, but before that, she was eating actually, and then they talked about her eating earlier in the day. So they're really trying to break down her alcohol level a lot, but they're doing it with these little digs. But when they opened up the evidence bags, and here comes this shoe, here comes that shoe, here comes his pants, and you see the video footage before any of this happened, and these were all nice, clean clothes, and just how they're just so fucked up and dirty, dirt stains, grass stains. They're all crumpled. They were all cut off of him. So they're all cut out. It's just so sad. And the shirt and the hoodie he was wearing are actually behind like a plexiglass. So they have to like hold it up like that. And you see the blood stains and everything. And it's just it's terribly sad. It was so sad. And then we pulled out of an evidence bag pieces of taillight, and we had to and then read off the whatever number they were and put it back down, show it to the jury. Everybody looks great, piece of taillight. Look, here's another piece. So we had to do that a whole bunch. So it's kind of slow, but yet this guy is he's not directly lying a lot, but he's helping to cover it up. He's not being he's not explaining anything extra. Like he's not, and he's all the extra he is always just trying to dig at Karen a little bit. But they really, even the prosecution honed in on don't answer this way, just answer that way. Let me remind you. And like if he started to stray a little bit, boom, they both sides would jump and cut him off. So it was interesting court watching today. But you know, I'm still stuck on all these people were alcoholics, way too drunk to fucking drive. I watched John O'Keefe down 5 fucking beers in like this was in 32 minutes. Like these
Jesus.
people were, and by the way, Robbie, in this video footage, that picture that you saw, he does
Yeah.
not look like that picture. He's
Oh,
much more
really?
slender. Yeah, I don't know if he put on some weight for that picture or it was a bad angle, but I was looking at it today and I went, wait a minute, he doesn't look that big again. What the fuck happened here? So, so I don't know, but that was maybe a bad picture. I don't know, but I've seen videos. His niece used to follow him around to get funny videos for TikTok and whatnot, and they're still out there. And you see him in his natural form in his house, being silly, doing stuff with the kids, whatever. And it's cute, but he, it helps you get a better picture, of like who he was and whatnot. And while watching this video for like half an hour, there was three and then there was four people. They were standing there. You could tell animated conversation, they're joking, they're hitting at each other, and they're all very touchy-feely people, always just kind of smacking each other, whatever. And John's leaning in at her and pointing at her at one point, and they're laughing hysterically, you can tell. And she flips him the bird, and then everybody's laughing. And so, like, if you watch it in that context in its entirety, you see what they're doing. They're just all messing around. But that's when the cop on the stand takes that moment to go up. Now you see the defendant flipping the middle finger to John O'Keefe. Like, we know what you're doing. You're
Oh
just
my
trying to make her
God.
look bad. Like you're taking that moment out of context. You didn't say what John was doing to her and the laughing, the other guy putting his hand on his shoulder. Like you're not mentioning anything, but then you say that. You
Right.
talk about and you point out, look, there she is. She paid for everybody's drinks. You saw that part. We didn't mention that. But then you talk about how she took her phone, she put it in her back pocket. Now you see where John put his phone in his back pocket because that's important, because where does John's phone end up? And da 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 da. So you could see where he was only pointing out the things to make it go the way they want it to go.
Right.
So
The
this was
narrative they
annoying.
wanted to.
Right. So, I mean, but we'll see who's on the stand for tomorrow, because I think that we're getting close to some better witnesses where we're gonna have some change of our previous answers. We're gonna be sticking it to them a little bit. And then on Karen Reed's documentary, they played this 10-second clip where Karen Reed says this. She says, "It's either Jen McCabe or me. One of us is going down." You're like, oh my God.
Huh.
But we learned at the beginning when they were talking about the text exchange, and he had to read texts he received from the guy that got fired, where he said something like, "Did you go through his phone yet?" And he said, "Yeah, no nudes of the fucking cunt."
What?
Yeah, that's what he said. And then he read his response and he said he didn't acknowledge it. He just asked another like important question about like, so how many texts were there, something like that. And then he like responded back with, "I hate that fucking guy. I hate that fucking guy. I'm glad he's dead." What?
Wow.
Yeah.
And
So
who
like
said that? Who said that?
the cop that was the lead investigator who got fired.
Huh.
So, and he hated Karen, and she's a fucked up bitch. And I mean, it was, so they were reading some of that. And that's when we got back into some data about the phone stuff again a little bit. And I said, wait a minute, wait a fucking minute. I've been watching this trial. This hasn't been quite mentioned in this trial. I'm just talking about this trial. You need a phone person. You need a technical person to do any manipulation to these phones, right?
Right.
Jen McCabe's husband is an IT guy.
Oh,
So if he himself didn't know how to delete things, do things, whatever, he could have very well had known people who could have and did, because all these phones were confiscated, not right away as they should have been. But, then we have like the DEA guy who went and broke his phone in half and took out the SIM card and broke it in half and then deposited over on the military base dumpster. Why the
Right.
fuck you go through all that?
yeah.
I need
Why?
yeah, he's like, well, because I got a new phone. So you go
So
to all
why
the
would you have to go to that extreme to like go over there and put it? You know what I mean? Like,
right. They They all got new phones.
My
I'm like,
answer would have been, I got rid of it. I threw it out. Like, what?
yeah, and they're like, where did you? They need to know, where did you throw it out? Why did you throw it out and not save it? Like, well, I didn't need it anymore. It was garbage. Like
Right.
So, and that's when
Well,
you
back in
wonder.
the
You're
day,
like, why are you
I would
being
have
so
thrown all my
truthful?
phones out, but now it's like I use one to film on sometimes,
I have
But
nearly all of my old phones.
yeah,
And what we usually do here is when I get a new phone, my old one goes to Gary. He has as a truck driver, his phone gets fucked up all the time. So
right,
he never gets the new phone. He gets the old phone. And unless he loses it or it breaks, which has happened, it goes into the pile of old phones.
right, right.
Like,
My old phones always go back to the what's a majiggy? Sprint
well,
or
Trade them back in.
yeah, my most recent old phone I sent back when I got this one because you could do a send in and they'll give you some credit.
yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
have that program now. So now, and I'm glad for it because I don't like holding on to these things. But if we throw them away in the garbage, we're polluting the environment very badly somehow. And I don't know what the fuck else to do with them. So I just leave them there. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with old electronics.
I don't know. Mine always go back to whoever I'm with because they give you credit for it.
Yeah. But, and I have like iPhone 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Like, I got multiples of them.
I don't have any of my old ones. I always trade them in.
Yeah. Well, they didn't always
As
have
long
that
as you're a
program though.
screen. Well, they what's the name? Sprint has had it forever.
Oh, Sprint did? I say I don't have Sprint.
Yeah. I had Sprint and now it's T-Mobile because T-Mobile took over Sprint and T-Mobile does it. Because I had iPhone for life. So every second iPhone that comes out, you can trade in your iPhone and upgrade.
Yeah, I've had iPhone since the iPhone 3. That's when I got it.
Yeah, that's when I got it too.
Before that, I was just on whatever AT&T phone I liked.
I had BlackBerry before that. That was the thing for the industry because
I
I was working.
remember I had one of the flip phones, and when you had to tap it 3 times to be spelling out stuff, and then you text
Oh
it.
my God,
That's how texting got started. I'm like, "Du-du-du-du-du-du-du."
that's crazy.
huh.
The
Wow.
biggest problem that I have is with my music on the phone when it connects to my car. Sometimes it just magically goes on. Sometimes it doesn't want to work. Sometimes I have to talk to the phone to tell it to do something. Sometimes I have to talk to the car. I'm like, ugh, God.
Mine does that too.
Yeah, and like I did this
Because
last time and it worked. This time it doesn't work. What the hell?
yeah, but if I plug it in, it works.
Yeah.
You know, if I plug it into the jack for it.
When it's in the Bluetooth, it seems to go off into a land of its own.
Yeah, it's weird. Like my phone, if on my Dodge, if I'm close to it and the car starts, it automatically switches over to the truck.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I was in my kitchen and my son pulled up the car and parked it and he comes in the house. He's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I pull in and all of a sudden there's just loud music playing. It was silent the whole time and then all of a sudden." I'm like, "Oh, sorry, it must have connected to my phone."
Yeah, Zoli will take my truck, the Dodge, and it connect my phone. I'll be listening to you guys, and all of a sudden he's listening to it because it connects to the phone, to my phone.
Wow.
And then sometimes I'll be driving and I'm talking to someone on the phone, and it'll go back and forth between my headset and my truck. It's weird.
Yeah.
Mind of its own. Oh.
Dang. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was writing something down. That stuffs. So that would be the end of the thing today, right? Nothing else?
Yeah, that's about it.
Boring. I didn't even get to see any of that today.
It was.
Whose
It was
birthday is it?
a slow day.
Whose birthday is it? Hannah. Oh, everybody's saying happy. Well, we'll do it anyway. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, which I believe I sang happy birthday to you, right, Hannah?
You did it the other day.
Yeah. I have no idea. I can't touch an iPhone or it goes black. Yes, we sang to you too, Terry. We sure did. Hannah was 6. Mm-hmm. So, Kendra, what happened? What was the result of that fire that your son went out to last night
Oh yeah. So he
with the
and
puppy?
Gary
You know,
got there, and they passed the ambulance carrying the child on the way out.
thank you, Lorraine.
They started texting me. Well, Christopher did, about what was happening, and he said that they were. Um, the fire started upstairs on the second floor. It was a 9-year-old girl with severe burns. She was intubated, all of that. They took her to the children's hospital, and she was supposed to be being airlifted. And he said, he's like, the chief got pissed. I said, why? He said, because they canceled the airlift due to weather. And I'm like, weather? What weather? And they're like, that's what we were all saying. There's no weather here. We had 80-degree weather. There's not a cloud in the sky. There's no wind. There's nothing. I'm like,
Right,
what? Where was it coming from? What fucking weather? So he said, oh, the chief lost his shit about it. Which is good to hear, because it's like, what the fuck? So
right.
Yeah.
they actually brought her. I heard the ambulance because I live right by the hospital, less than a mile from it. And they brought her here first to do things that they can't do in the ambulance, and to stabilize her as best as possible, and took her out to Children's. We don't have any more word on that. They, after about half an hour, got the fire knocked out, and this woman was coming, carrying the puppy. They got the puppy out and was walking with the police, and they walked right up to them, and the puppy was fine, and the puppy was wagging its tail, all very exciting, new people, so the puppy was
Uh,
okay. So I was like, okay, at least there's that. And they put the puppy in the car, and they were gonna just take care of it, I guess. So and then he saw people that he knows all the people that were there, because every fucking station was there. And it's funny, they were coming over, they're like, hey, long time no see, because he had just worked that day. And so they were all coming up and saying hi to him and everything, so that was exciting. And yeah, he and Gary stood out there for a while and learned all about that they started to do the salvage, putting out what they can save from the house out on the lawn. And then they decided it was late enough to come home. And I just at dinner was asking him, like, do we have any more updates about, Because usually in our neighborhood patch will give us like an update or say something, and there's been nothing, which is a little concerning. Something bad could have happened there, but you know, we don't know. It could be okay. We just don't know. So,
But so the fire started upstairs, but they don't know how.
they didn't know yet at the time. They were still trying to figure it out. And then it's just been quiet about it. And, he knows where to look and who to contact and stuff. And nobody knew anything yet or saying anything. So that's why it's kind of weird. Like,
Right.
but usually when there's bad news around any of it, it does
Right.
stay quiet for a day or two and then it'll all get released. So that's a little unsettling, but hopefully it's just the way it went this time and it's just not being released. But we'll find out when he goes back to work. He'll be a nosy nort for sure. Be like, so what happened there? But
Wow.
that was, yeah, that was, and I said when we know that area really well, and so I said, yeah, I saw that it was right off of this and that street, and like it was an older home, right? Like, but it was it still like an older condition or had that been fixed up? They're like, no, yeah, it was in the older section, but it was fixed up and it had been maintained and stuff. So I don't know. It's just a shitty situation all around.
Right.
That's weird.
Wow. I want to find out about the child. So the parents weren't affected as far as being burned or anything
Nobody
like
was
that.
injured nobody was injured except for the child. There was 4 people in the house.
Wow.
Hello, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
And you haven't found out if the child's okay or?
No.
No. We just know she went to the children's hospital, so that's where she needs to be. So
Happy
there's just
birthday, Mike Johnson.
so
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Mike. That's so sad.
yeah.
You know.
Okay.
You said she was 9.
Peace. Okay.
Yep. So that's, and it's just what a way to wake up to such tragedy going on, and
Yeah.
then you have to go to a hospital, go to another hospital, you're following wherever
Mhm.
they're taking your kid, you don't know what the condition
Yeah.
of your house is. You're
Yeah.
wearing whatever fucking clothes you were sleeping in, and you
Yeah.
can't go back
Yeah.
to any of it. You can't go home and get a change of clothes. Your clothes are fucking ruined right now. Like you're
Yeah.
just you're
Yeah.
out of it. So, and what do? You wait till 7, call work. I ain't gonna be in today. Look, this is what like it's just so horrible all around. You're like, God.
Right.
So it's it's heartbreaking, you know. And
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, how did it get so out of control so fast? Like, they didn't have smoke alarms. I mean, maybe they didn't. I don't know. Um, I say this and I look up at the hole in my roof. I don't have one in my bedroom right now because the damn thing keeps going off every time I take a shower.
Right. Right.
So, but we have one right in the hall, and both the boys' rooms have them in it. And then I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, I'm in a townhome that's only 10 years old. We got sprinklers here. So those things would go off, which ultimately that ruins every fucking thing, but puts out a fire, I guess.
Mm.
Right.
Plus, we have fire sirens as well that some of you have heard that are loud as can be. And one's in my room, one's in the hall, and one's downstairs.
Oh man, Cindy, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I don't know a lot about burn. I know, like when my mom passed, she had these open sores that were treated as if they were burns from an allergic reaction that she had. And they were all over her body. I mean, I've never heard my mother in so much pain in my life. But that they were treating them like they were third-degree burns. and yeah, wasn't good. So I can't even imagine. You know,
Yeah,
that's
and depending upon how, yeah, I mean, it could be bad because depending on how much of damage went down into the your esophagus and into your lungs,
right. Smoke inhalation too.
that does
I'll
a
tell you
lot
what, Gabe
too.
lit the uh a couple years ago. Gabe lit the barbecue. And just the propane, because the way where the barbecue was, the actual propane, the smell of it was coming in one of the windows in the house, and I didn't realize it because I had been in the bedroom, and I came out, and I literally could not breathe from the propane. You know what I mean? And the smoke, like the initial start of the barbecue, it got kind of all got in the house. I was like choking. It was so bad. So I can't even imagine being in a fire and breathing that in for any amount of time, because it got me real quick. I literally went outside, got in my car, and turned the air conditioning on to get
Yeah,
just to breathe right.
in my old house when I was married to my ex, we were just
Hi,
married. We
Tom.
had some friends over. We're doing a barbecue, and we had like a little wooden gazebo attached to the back sliding door and covered the little
Right,
patio, and the barbecue was under there. And the
right,
dogs were running around. I had two labs at the time, and one of them banged the gas underneath and it shifted it, and flames started shooting up through the barbecue and just
wow,
shot right up to the gazebo. They grabbed the hose, put it all out, got the gas turned off, the whole thing. Obviously, the food was ruined. And the guys
right,
walk in the house and they're telling us this. And I'm just like, you're fucking kidding me, right? Like, all this fucking shit just happened. It was a
right,
hot day. We had the air conditioner running. Like, we didn't hear any of this. And I'm
right,
like, what the fuck? So the next weekend, the gazebo came down. The barbecue went out to the dump. Like, I was like, get it all
right,
out of
right,
here.
right.
This is all tainted. This is all
You guys
spooky to
are
me now.
silly.
I'm like, get rid of
Keep
it
talking,
all.
guys. I gotta go to the ladies' room. Keep talking.
And
You
we got a new barbecue that Christmas from his parents because, yeah. But there was
you ruined
no
all the. You
more.
couldn't even save the food.
The flamage went. No, it was out of control for too long. It was all just charred.
Oh my goodness!
I know.
Why didn't he just close the top of the barbecue?
He couldn't get his hand in there. The flames were just all over the whole thing. I mean, this thing was fucking melted. And we had this big black spot on the ground. It was a lot. And I was like, oh my God, are the dogs okay? Like, fuck. It's like, yeah, they ran around the side of the house. They didn't even know what they did. But the stench of that was like, holy hell. That was the
Oh,
first time while I lived there that house almost burnt down. I was telling it to them last night. I said the second time we were in Tahoe, we took the dogs. It was snow. It was beginning of March, and that we had been told this blizzard was coming through, or a big snowstorm. They're not blizzards, but when we were going to have to leave early, or we were never going to make it over the hill. So we were like kind of bummed, but like, okay, we'll have to leave early, whatever. And this was Saturday night, about 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and so we're in the room and I'm just getting more and more anxious and more nervous. And I'm like, we got to go now. And I'm looking out the window and he's like, we'll be fine in the morning. We had a big 4-wheel drive truck and we had all the things, snow tires, like we would have been fine. But I was like, no, I'm really, and I started to like cry and like get real weird about it. And I'm even saying to myself, what the fuck is wrong with me? Get your shit together. But I was like, and so then he's like, just lay down, let's watch TV a minute, you'll feel better, whatever. I laid down and he looks at me and goes, okay, I'm packing. I'm like, and we packed it all up and we got in. We're driving in the middle of the night. There's no snow, there's no traffic. We flew home. Great. We arrive. It's about almost 3 o'clock in the morning. And we open the garage door, truck's in the driveway. He's unloading it. I'm taking the dogs into the house. And I open the door into the house from within the garage. And the one dog is standing next to me. I open the door. I'll never forget this. I look over at her. She turns her head and looks at me and she runs the other way. The huge wave of heat that flooded at me. I was like, oh my God, my house is on fire. So what do? I run into it. It was, I've never been in a house so fucking hot. And I'm just like, where's the fire? Where's the fire? And we had just gotten like 4 days earlier, brand new carpet throughout the whole fucking house. And we had red wine bottles in a rack in the kitchen. All the red wine was seeping out of the corks, out of the bottles,
What the
all
hell?
over the kitchen
Dang.
floor. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, now there's also a murder. There's a fire and a murder, because that's all I'm thinking. I look over at, we had a glass kitchen table. When I hadn't put everything back away from moving everything from the carpet being placed, and my candles were all melted. And I'm talking like I had pillar candles were melted. It took me forever to get this shit off this table.
So what the hell
And
happened?
right. So I go running down the hall because I'm not seeing smoke, smelling smoke. I'm not seeing fire. Nothing's on fire. And I'm just racing through going, what is it? And I put my hand on the wall as I went around a corner and I went, oh my God. And my hand jumped off the wall. It was fucking hot as hell to the touch. I look at the thermostat. It's just blacked out. Like we had a digital one. It just wasn't, it was something was wrong with it. And I hear the humming of the heater on, and I'm standing right in front of the door of it and I just feel the heat coming out. And so I run back outside and I'm yelling. He's now yelling at me, shut up. It's the middle of the night. Like, and I'm like, go in the house. Something's on fire. The house is on fire. I can't find the fire. He comes in and he sees all the same trauma that I just saw, blood on the floor. And he's screaming, why is there fucking, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. We opened every window and door, and I'm dragging the suitcases and everything into the house, and he's just standing out at the truck. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, it is too fucking hot in there. The thermometer that I had outside, I brought it inside. It was 125 degrees in my house.
So what the
And
hell is going on?
the thermostat, we turned it off because we left. And like we double checked it, the whole thing, it was off. The thermostat itself malfunctioned because we had to call people in to say what happened, turned our heater up and cranked it and just kept telling it to go higher and higher and higher. And from the time that we had left, it had been doing this. And they said another 6, 8 hours, your house is going to be gone and would have been up in flames. And I
Wow.
looked at my ex and I went, this is why I got this fucking feeling we had to go home right now. And so I'm like, I don't know why or how, but I just was like, no, we have to be home. We have to get home. We have to get home. And
And
this was
that was
why.
all just from the heat from your heater?
Yeah. The heat. Yeah. So we had to get a new one. It had to get pulled out. Then, and after that, we went to old school thermostat. Click it on, click it off. No digital, no fancy, no hook it up to your phone. None of that shit. We were, we were just, and even now in this house, I have a digital one, but like I don't set it for any automatic nothing. I just flick it on and I flick it off. And then I make sure and listen that it's turned off and all that. And I still get nervous about it. I hate using my heater and my air conditioner. I hate it. Ever since that, I've been like traumatized.
Oh my God.
And so we had the HVAC people had to come out and we had the fire department come out and they both said the exact same thing. I didn't pay attention to the specifics of the wiring and the stuff, but they showed him this is what happened. And they knew exactly once they took it apart. They were like, oh yeah, they've seen it before and they knew for certain. They were like, this house was gonna go. And so yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah. So that was 2 times about fire almost in that house. And then after we divorced and I'd moved out and he hadn't moved out yet, the kitchen stove caught fire. And I'm like, I'm, we can call me crazy, but I began to be convinced there was some kind of fucking weird shit going on over there on that land where that house was built because I'm like, why is this house want to fucking combust?
Oh my
Dang.
God. That's the one thing that scares the hell out of me is fires.
Yeah.
I remember my sibling's partner was cooking something in the kitchen, and they had left, and it was just oil like still in a pan. So I said, well, why throw the oil out? I can just make the same. I made more of what he did. And so I turned the oven, not the oven, the stove on, and to warm up the oil, right? I walked out of the kitchen for 2 seconds, literally 2 seconds, and walked into another room, which is not far at all, right? My dog starts barking his head off, sorry. His head off. I'm like, what's going on? And he's like coming and getting me and dragging me towards the kitchen, coming and getting me, dragging me towards the kitchen, coming and getting me. I was like, I'm coming. I'm like, what is it? And he literally pointed, his name was Midnight, best dog ever. I walked to the kitchen, and literally the kitchen is on fire. From the stove, the oil, I don't know how this happened, but it got over to the window, and the curtains were on fire. And it went all the way up to the ceiling, whatever. And I wasn't thinking. I was just thinking, oh my God, I need to put this out. So stupid me goes and takes the pot and throws it in the sink. Right?
Oh, God.
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking. I was just like, holy shit. I just did something as quick as I could, and I made it worse. And I'm tall. And when it hit the water, the flames from the curtain went like over my head, like on the ceiling. It didn't set the ceiling on fire, but when it first like poof, it went over, like literally over my head, right above my head. And my dog saved my life that day. I'm telling you right now. But as quickly as I got it out, the smoke from that was all over the whole house. We had to repaint the house and everything.
Oh yeah, it's so
but
super fast.
I don't even know how that happened, because where the stove was compared to the curtains, it boggles me how that even happened. Because it couldn't have even been hot enough. You know what I mean? From the amount of time I turned my back for it to do that. I don't know what happened. But a fire started. And I know it was from that pot. So
good night, Carol.
Good night, Carol.
Good night, Carol.
But yeah. Do we have a giveaway to do? What time is it? Supposedly. Let's see. We have 4 super chats. Okay. All right. Well, not yet. You need to get emergency fire blankets.
Oh, we have one.
You do?
We also have fire extinguishers all over this house.
There's one fire extinguisher here that I saw.
And I also, because I have a 2-story house, have a ladder that can connect to the window to get out for Anthony's room.
Right.
So, but my room and Christopher's room, we can go out the windows and get onto the roof actually very easily. But Anthony's is a flat wall, so he's got the ladder in there.
Hey, Diana.
We got a blanket. We've got fire extinguisher in the kitchen, the garage, and up here in the laundry room.
Right. Wow. So who wants to do giveaway, guys? We need a couple more super chats, and we'll do a giveaway. I want to get the hashtag up there. What should the hashtag be if we have one? Let's see. I'm trying to think. So, guys, I actually went and emptied out some of the storage unit. The Christmas stuff that was there. Oh my gosh!
You too.
Wow, really nice stuff. Really nice stuff. There's porcelain dolls in there. There's also a paper shredder. Oh my gosh. That vacuum. Kim Sue, thank you so much. The vacuum, the HVAC, not the HVAC, oh my God, Robbie, what's that thing that you use for the air conditioner?
Shop vac?
Yeah, shop, thank you. Shop vac. I couldn't get that out of my mouth. Yeah, it's a shop vac. There was a shop vac in there. A small one. I think kind of like the one you got. 9 Chins, thank you so much. Strictly, thank you. Whoop whoop. Getting to a giveaway. Woohoo. So yeah, so that was there. And then there were Disney movies. Lion King. It's VHS though. Lion King.
That's good. That's the old one.
Yeah. Here, they're right here. I got it. Hold I'm like, ooh. I'm like, are these all Disney? Hold on.
That's the one that says sex in the sky.
People want the VHS Disneys.
Here, wait. I had to pick something up first. Let me get them because they're right here.
Little
There was only
Mermaid, the priest has a boner.
2 DVDs and just a couple, but they were all Disney. Okay, so the DVDs are My Girl with Macaulay Culkin and Anna Chomsky. Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Those are the 2 DVDs. And this one, which is unopened, it still has the plastic around it, it says Testament, the Bible in Animation, Creation and the Flood. And then there's Little Women with Winona Ryder in it. Okay, and then here's the Disney ones. Cinderella, the original animated classic. Walt Disney, is this still? No, okay. Walt Disney's Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas.
Woohoo!
9 thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Then there's Disney Pixar's Toy Story, the Gold Collection.
Is this all
Classic.
DVD?
No, these are VHS. It says Walt Disney Gold Collection, Toy Story, Special Edition. Then there's the Walt Disney's masterpiece, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Masterpiece Collection. And the masterpiece, Walt Disney's The Lion King. What'd you say it had on it, Robbie?
Little
Lion
Mermaid has a
King.
penis. And
Go, it's Matt! Woo! Got the
and then
Lion,
the
what?
Lion King has the cloud.
It says the cloud says sex.
Yeah. The cloud says sex, and the castle on the mermaid one is the shape of a penis.
The
And then
cloud says-
also the priest gets a boner when he's marrying them.
But
Hold
that's
up,
only
the Lion
on the
King
first.
one, the cloud says sex?
Yeah.
But that's only on the first original version one, and then it was changed.
I don't see it saying sex.
You got to watch the movie,
It's on
silly.
the movie. It's on the movie.
Oh, I thought it's
not
supposed to be on the. Okay.
No, the mermaid one's on the cover.
Yeah, this one. I don't even know what year it says it was put out. This is my favorite animated movie. Is Lion King, and we just watched Mufasa.
Indo, I've got all of them on VHS. I know what all of them do. Yes, it is hidden stuff that the animators hid in there. They used to try to see what they could get away with.
So, whoop, goal is met. We're doing a giveaway. So, yeah, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Disneys. And, well, plus the Disney, Narnia's Disney too, but that's a DVD. So, I don't know, that was in there. Wasn't a lot of, well, there's 2 bins and it says books on them. I'm thinking they're books in there, but they could be DVDs. Gabe opened one of the lids and says it looks like it's VHS tapes, but it could have been books. He didn't really look. But yeah, so hashtag Super Dave. You know what? We might do that. Hashtag Super Dave. I was so proud of him today. You know, as much stress as everything's put him under, for him to come out and basically be like, I mean, I did think he did say it. And he also put out a short that said it and been like, fuck you. You know? So I'm quite proud of him. So Dave gets the hashtag. Let's do it. Let me set that up so you guys can.
Yeah, they're Easter eggs. What was the one called? Okay, White Indo. I've seen video on it as well, and I own the movies. We've paused it at those points, and you can 100% see it. The Deep South, what's it called? The South, something of the South.
Song of the South. Yeah,
Songs of the South. Yeah, that one too.
Isn't that one?
Yeah,
That's a big collector one.
Get your hashtags in. Super David is. All right. Cool. Yeah, I have to watch it. I don't even know, do I have a VCR anymore? It's not set up. I think I have a new one. I'm pretty sure I have a new one. It's a VCR combo. But I mean, I've never used it. So it's somewhere. I have to find it. Lisa, when you going to bid on your next storage unit? I'm not. Not yet, anyway. There is a unit that I did see. It has one thing in it, and it's one thing that Tori and I have talked about switching around. I'm thinking, well, that might look better than the one I already have, but no. And Gabe would need help with that. I can't help Gabe with moving it. He would need somebody else to help him. And yeah, that I can remember, right? And I don't know if we would have somebody to help him. So, you know, he definitely needs help with it. It's
Guapo,
big,
guapo, 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 guapo.
Where's Guapo? I didn't see Guapo.
Guapo, guapo,
There he
guapo,
is.
guapo.
Must be. Everybody's saying hi to Guapo, but I didn't see him. Where is he? Mo Magic, Mo Magic, Mo Magic, Magic. All right, cool. I have another one I came up with, Mo. For when I bring guests, like other guests on a specific day. Oh, I can't. Hold on. Did you get to the resale unit? Yes. Yep, I was doing that today. I had to. I had no choice. Oh, right on. Hold on. Oh, right on. That one actually plays with the music. Cool. Sweet, Mo. Thank you. Is it downloading? Hold on. Yep. Okay.
Was it a lot of Christmas stuff?
It was mostly Christmas stuff. And suitcases and a table. Hold on.
Where'd you put all this stuff?
It's in my garage. It's all right, though. The garbage is going out in the morning. So there wasn't a lot of stuff in there. So, oi, oi, oi. The sex in the Lion King is actually SFX, something to do with the production company. Oh, okay. SFX. Oh my gosh, there was actually.
I've seen it on the video.
I know, so have I. It is plain as day. It says sex.
Yeah.
Lisa's going to have to stock the island, the cruise liner, and the floating deck dock.
I paused it.
Yard sales, Lisa? No, I'm not going to do yard sales.
I've never been on a cruise.
I'll show people things on here. Like I showed a couple of things. I sold the coasters. The coasters are gone. I believe the vases, the vases, however you want to say it, they're gone.
Yeah, someone claimed those.
Yeah. It was Pebs. Pebs, are you still here?
No, she went night.
Okay. But the dishes, I have lots of dishes. I know somebody wants a percolator. This percolator, though, there's no plug for it or anything. Which I thought they had plugs to it.
Well, yeah, they do. You just gonna have to order up one somewhere.
No, there's nowhere to put a plug. Hold on.
So, then you know what it is? It's a what's-a-majiggy oven one for the
You have to heat it up on the
Yeah,
stove.
oven.
It is a Corningware 9-cup
Yeah, there's your
percolator.
clue.
What?
There's your clue. Corningware.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I said
Yeah,
it
it sits
was.
on the stove.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
on the stove. That's old.
Yeah. Yeah. It's nice. It doesn't look like there's a scratch on it. I wish I knew how old it was, though. Is it a stovetop coffee pot? Yep. Yep, there's no plug. But I'm used to seeing these that have plugs in them, like the other ones. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The old one that has those big ass plugs you plug into the back.
Yeah.
A peculator. A percolator. But that last one even had 2 blue Dutch ovens. I don't have Dutch ovens. Those black dishes, the black bowls is a set of 7, and they're called NTS from Japan. They're hand painted black lacquer wood, and the ones I've looked up are like kind of different color paint. It's like red and whatever, but these are all gold with red. They're pretty nice. So yeah, what should you look for? One seam or something like that. Why do I not see Guapo? Is he talking in the chat?
I haven't seen him talking.
All right. Are we
Yeah, I don't see.
picking a person?
No, we got to give it a little more time. Where is Guapo? I did not see him. Hi, Guapo. 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 There he is. He said, hi, y'all. I haven't seen him say anything else. Yeah, I have one Journey jersey. And then I have a bunch of Nike, Air Jordan stuff. And a lot of name brand stuff, too. Some Aristotle and, oh my gosh, the polo shirts.
Did you find a Keurig?
No. No Keurig.
No,
Nope.
Diana. No Keurig, dirty Diana.
Oh, I can reset goal if you want to keep going. We could do another giveaway. There you go. Booyah. All right, so there you go. It should reset. There you go. Reset. We're happy to hello. Guapo sold the Kiss comic tonight on Whatnot. I said you would probably like it. Oh yeah. Did you find any vintage electronics? No. How vintage? I found a boombox. No. Someone wanted the boombox too.
Some boom boxes are worth a lot of money.
Oh, that's Catherine. I'm gonna go through it again. I still have yet to go through that box again. It's like in the back on the bottom. Remember, Robbie, when you came here, I went to show. I'm like, it's kind of back there, buried already. I have to go through all that too. How much for the boombox? Oh, it's a small one. I don't know. Janet Lee Camo, have I mailed you anything? I believe so. If you were getting a giveaway, yeah, you're gone.
That's
Gone.
literally my nightmare, is the storage full of crap.
Kendra, can you imagine how much stuff you love to organize though? So like you should have fun with it.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah, it's
It's dirty. You have to move it out in a timely fashion. You have to have somewhere to put it. Then you have to have the time to clean stuff up, photograph it, post it for sale, mail it out. Like it's such a slow process of I'm uninterested.
Kendra would go crazy.
It's not fast enough pace for me. Like just want to, if you need help cleaning it out, that you bring me, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out, pull up the dumpster, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. Those
Yeah.
are valuable, save those. Like I'm not into the, and
I
sitting
sent them
there
out,
piece
Lana.
by piece in a box, like, oh fuck, hurry up, go through the box already. Like I cannot.
My only speed about going through these is getting everything out to the garbage when the garbage is going to come. Like tomorrow morning, they're going to be here. On Fridays, they come like 8 o'clock in the morning. You know, the other day that they come
Oh my
like
God.
afternoon. So I have to get a whole
Someone
bunch
in
of garbage
Ocala,
out today. What?
someone in Ocala is trying to get me to buy this crystal collection. Definitely not worth it.
No. I'm going to put some of it out tonight, but I still have to go through some of it too. I have a bunch of stuff right here that has to go out there.
Pass on that one.
Downside, big yard sale. Well, I don't know what I have to do to have a yard sale here. I think I need permission.
Yeah, you
But
probably do.
yeah. So
Yeah, you do.
I can sell on Marketplace and I can show it here. People are interested in what's here.
This person's in Ocala, Florida. Damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Has your stupid neighbor been staying in his hovel, Lisa? He's not here. So just tell Lisa. Well, I had to go through everything in it because a lot of like the China and stuff, like I didn't know what was there because it was all in mixed boxes and stuff. So I had to pull everything out just to see what's, here total, So that's done for that. There's one more bin. It's a tall round thing, which I'm going to use for some of Gabe's tools actually, that is stored here in the garage. But it has a whole bunch of stuff. It's filled to the top and it's like a cylinder type thing. It's filled. I have to go through that so I could throw all the crap out. There was like booty shorts in there, and so one of it fell out, and he pulls it up. He's like, "Oh, booty shorts."
Save those for Chris. He'll wear them.
For Chris, twerking. We should do that. It's almost sleepwalking with Gabe time. Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see. He surprised me the other night. I wasn't expecting that. He doesn't remember even afterwards. Like when he woke up, he doesn't remember any of that. Nothing. Twerk dog. Any sports jerseys in the storage unit? Yeah, but not team. It was like I think the woman had a son who was on a football team in school or something. It was the school jersey. It wasn't any real sports jerseys. Nope. And I just found out that the one that had the Christmas stuff in it, I think both of them, whoever had the unit, I think they passed away because there was a box with their taxes in it, and I looked up their name, and one had died at the end of 2024. So I think that's kind of what happened. Thongs would have been really kind of nasty. Oh, there were thongs. I threw them all out. But I have to say, there were tons of clothes, and there's still more that I have to go through. And there's some in that cylinder that I'm talking about, tall cylinder. They were all clean. They had all been washed and everything. I mean, they all smell great. But I'm still not keeping anybody's socks, underwear. You know what I mean? That's all garbage. There was a lot of shower curtains. and sheets and stuff like that. Comforter. There's a pillow that is so amazingly soft, but who's gonna sleep on that? And it's like square. I hate to throw this damn pillow out. So if I can find a way to clean it and clean it real good, I won't. Lots of plus size. You said, yeah. There was lots of jeans, size 22. No, you could smell them, Terry. You could just smell them. The laundry detergent they used, whatever it was, I mean, you pull it out of the bag and you could smell it clear as day. I mean, you didn't have to go anywhere near it, but you could smell it. At least you should donate any used bras to Germ. There were bras. Pillow goes on the loser couch list. You guys will like it, but I would have to you'd have to steam clean it or something. Because who's gonna do that? You know, that somebody else has been laying all over that, and you don't know. You know, I just hate to throw it out because it's like a very comfortable pillow. Like you definitely put it on your couch, not your bed, but it's very comfortable. What else? But there's lots of jeans that are sizes. There was an 18. There's a 20, but mainly 22s, female. There's a couple of shirts. There's lots of t-shirts. Like there's some Aristotle stuff. What else? Lots of jeans. Germ definitely needs bras. I threw the bras out. I threw all the underwear stuff out. Lots of socks out. I went from a size 24 to a 14. Whoop whoop! Congratulations.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, get your hashtags in, guys. How many we've got? 80 now. We got 90. 90 so far. Get the hashtags in. Super Dave. He should be putting it in here. Is he here? Did you get him in? Put the pillow in a real hot dryer. Yeah, I wish I could have taken the cover off, but there's no way to take it off. My lady needs some big shorts for summer.
Burn it. Just burn the pillow.
I have
full of other people's dead skin cells.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm like, ugh. Hard to throw it out. I think there's also a down comforter. I don't know if I put the pillow in the wash, if it'll just ruin it. I don't want to do that either, so I don't know. Lisa, you could list the jeans as a lot on a marketplace. That's true. I wouldn't waste my money to send Germ anything. I wash my pillows in the washer. Have you got a bathtub? Yes, I do. Yeah, there's no tag on it. No. It's just a shame. Because I'm going to end up throwing it out. Get it dry cleaned. I thought about that. I don't even know where there's a dry cleaner around here. I don't know. We'll see. What else is in there? The kitchen stuff, the bakeware stuff, vases. This is china, pots. What's nothing over there? The one game, the PlayStation 5 game, gone. The second someone saw it, Chris grabbed it.
Yeah, Chris grabbed that quick.
Yeah. And then there's like a fitness thing. That's a video. But what the hell else is in there? I've just been working on everything like around here. Lots of Christmas. There's lots of Christmas stuff. Which I thought was great because, Holly Jolly Christmas this year. Already got the core. So that'll work for that. And we're doing it different this year. We're going to do a new family, but we're doing it different. So, and by the way, if I didn't mention this last night, I think I did a little bit, but we are definitely doing the barbecue. And and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. There's more people gonna be involved and invited, and it's gonna be a great time. We're gonna wait on Tori though. Lisa, check your washer and dryer. They might have pillow settings on them. That's true. Thank you, Christine. Lisa, questioning the authenticity of germ storage video. Who puts their vibrator in storage? I don't know. I will.
Hey, listen. I got a storage unit, and it had a what are the ammo cans? In there, and it was full of vibrators.
Really?
I was like, what the hell?
Maybe they had like a sex toy shop or something.
Yeah, I didn't. We threw it straight into the dumpster.
Used opened ones?
Yes.
Ugh. Gross. So you have like 100 more pieces?
No, there wasn't 100. It was like an ammo can. So it was like those little green boxes.
Yeah. Even if it says dry clean only, yeah, sex toys are found in units a lot. That and drug paraphernalia. Well, I'm going to say I found some paraphernalia. The last jar. There was a jar there. It looked like it would have been an old Starbucks can, but the logo was like faded, and it had something written on the top of it. And I opened it up, and I couldn't really see anything, so I kind of dumped it all out. I'm like, oh. Alrighty then. This is all garbage. Threw it immediately into the garbage. And yeah, I was like, yeah. But the rest of the unit, there was no signs of any of that. Just that one jar. Can, whatever you want to call it. It's funny. I see some of the same names in other chats. It's funny. Super, that's Jeremy's mic. Yep, get your hashtags in. Get them in. How many we got? We got 98. You can put it in the bathroom, put one detergent and borax. I have borax, yep. Leave soak and periodically turn it over and then squeeze excess water and redo. Yeah. Yeah, I don't go to dry cleaners anymore. I buy that dry L stuff. This is good. Bernadette Clifton, hello. This package went out for you. I see the names that were on all the packages. It was a lot. Dang. A lot of shipping. Every time he finds when he uses it on the microphone, starts singing. Maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, we got one big blue one. Lisa, ask the restore place what they use. Good idea. Would be cool if you found some classic coins in the unit. Nope, not yet. There were pennies and dimes laying around and stuff, but no classic anything. Not yet. The Christmas stuff, though, these people were older. Like the one that I saw that was definitely passed away in 2024 died at the age of 83. I need to go to bed soon, and I need to be up in 4 hours. Oh no! What's cool about I like the finding of it. You know, like what the treasure hunt. But I don't have the room, and I wasn't prepared to even start doing this at all. It was like I told you guys, it was a fluke. But here it is, and so I need a couple more shelving. I need 2 more of the shelf things, and then I need a rolling cart thing. I put that on the wish list, which somebody already bought. Well, they're saying they already bought. But Yeah. So we'll see. I'll keep doing it and see what comes, As long as I can get rid of the stuff that I have here, then I'll keep doing it. But I'm going to try and get rid of the stuff I have. Oh, Monica, you have to redo that. Hi, Jania. Still no answer. No answer to what, Kimberly?
No answer to what?
I don't know. Did Kimberly ask something, or?
I don't know. I didn't notice.
I'm scrolling. I don't see. I don't see the question.
I asked Big C if he offered to send Travis a drone.
Oh.
Who's Big C?
Okay. Are you all mocking you guys from my storage units now? Or everyone wants to be like me and George. Oh, good Lord. Are you all mocking you guys? So you and George? So is Big C Germ? I know he's in here. He's under a different name. You know how he loves to have all these kinds of names. Because he's blocked on What the Hell. He's been blocked on What the Hell since 2 years ago. Is selling on Whatnot better than selling on eBay? Don't know yet. I have eBay account and I have a Whatnot seller's account, and I haven't sold on any of them yet. Nobody wants to be.
I imagine it's very lucrative if you sell 6 days a week and 100 lots a day.
Right? Well, Jeebus was talking about it yesterday. I didn't get to watch his whole stream, but he was talking about it, and I mean, he definitely. I told him I got my first storage unit, and he was like, "Well, that's cool, whatever." And he was talking how you know Whatnot's really cool. He was surprised how Whatnot was when he started, and he likes it. He promotes it big time. No, I said he was mocking you guys early in this video because you guys are buying storage units and you guys are saying like you guys want to be like him and George. No. I've said this before. I only found Jeremy because of Steve and Steph. But if anything, Jeremy made me not want to do storage units because it seemed like it was a lot, and it is a lot. But I was never in a position where I really wanted to do that. It really was a total fluke how I ended up getting a unit. And we're winning the unit anyway. I was like, oh shit, I actually won this thing. I gotta go clean this thing out. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we did it. So you're talking 5 years later. No, Jeremy has nothing to do with storage units. If there's anybody who would have inspired me to actually get one or even try it out, it would have been Steven, Steph, or even Jeebus. And after watching, people these years, I would say Guapo. Definitely not Germ, because to me, Germ, everything is money. And I know when you're looking for that, you're looking for treasures and stuff, which I get that. But it seems fake to me. After a while, it became fake. So, staged. That's how it looked to me. In my opinion, that's how it looked. Now, based on the things I found, maybe he's worried that I'm going to be better at it than he is. Maybe because I'll show the truth about, what I find rather than how he does.
Yeah, that's what I did on mine. I showed the truth on what we found in ours.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, guys. Most people put, if they're in storage, most people, it's like people who are moving or for one reason or another. So there's a lot of household items. You're gonna find dishes, clothes, a lot of that stuff. I don't know. I find it hard to believe he's always finding electronics and stuff, and I don't know. But you never know.
Big C, it was in the chat. Somebody was asking that.
Rob, what were you talking about? Big C buying a drone for Travis. Where did that come from? Yeah, apparently you said you were going to buy a drone for Travis, so someone was asking. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Asking you about it.
It was in the chat. I read the chat.
A small 8-item unit. Yeah, you know, you could spend, let's just say you could spend $200 and you'll think like, oh my God, a lot of this stuff isn't really worth anything, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you'll find that one item that'll pay for the whole unit. You know, I did. Quick question, hoverboards. Anybody familiar with hoverboards?
Yeah.
Is there a plug that comes with it? I didn't look at this thing. Gabe just said it doesn't work. So there's a plug that comes with it? Okay.
Yes, there should be a charger that comes with it.
All right. I'm like, I don't know where this charger might be.
Fire if you keep them overcharged and plugged in too long.
Right.
Can you also use batteries with it? We don't know.
No, it has a rechargeable battery.
Okay. I don't know.
And
I didn't see a plug for it.
You cannot leave them charged in. As soon as that light changes, you got to unplug it because they've had problems with them bursting into flames.
Those are the cause of a lot of fires.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was just going to try. Gabe loves that stuff. Skateboards, dirt bike, you know, motorcycle, all that stuff. So I can't afford one for myself, and never mind buy one for somebody else. Oh, big C. Hey, I have a drone. The Google leads to the Google. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't want Gabe breaking his neck.
You got to look at the little diagram on the unit, and it'll tell you a circle with a C around it, negative or positive, and how many volts. And you got to find a charger that matches that.
Yeah. I probably have them. I have a whole bunch of different kind of chargers. But yeah, games like that. He's and skateboards, dirt bikes, all kinds of stuff like that. Rollerblades, surfing, all that crap. It has a battery already attached. You just charge it like a phone. Like
I got my longboard in the office.
I don't get really hurt on those things. I know I'd hurt myself. Oh, I wouldn't even try. You couldn't even get me one. When I went and I got my storage unit, you had to see what happened to my rollerblades. Robbie, I showed you, right?
Did you same thing that happened to mine? The rubber disintegrated.
It like totally disintegrated. I'm like, what the? My rollerblades disintegrated.
Yeah, I had K2s. I had K2s and it did that. I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, the only thing that was left was like part of the, I don't know, the boot maybe, but like the wheels, they disintegrated.
Yeah, the wheels all disintegrated.
Wow.
That happened on my K2s.
Yeah, I was like, this is strange. I've never had anything do this before, ever.
That happened on mine and Michelle's.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that was crazy.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, totally disintegrated. That was weird.
It's kind of chilly tonight.
Is it 72 and clear? We're supposed to have thunderstorms, but I didn't see any of it.
I didn't see any today. It looked like it started to rain when we were on that gator call, but just drizzling, and it only drizzled for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's what it said, because I texted you in there. I said they're calling for thunderstorms, but nothing.
Yeah, you can see it raining on the pond.
Well, I hope I have a charger just so we can charge it to see if it works. You know?
Did you see that damn horse farm though?
The horse farm? Oh my gosh, I want to
Yeah.
go so bad.
That thing. There is. We found out later. We were talking to Travis.
Uh-huh.
There are six Kentucky Derby winners living on that farm.
No.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
over
want to
1,000
go.
acres.
I want to go. Do they let you visit? Is there any type of
No,
no?
no, it's all locked down and everything. There's cameras filming you wherever you are.
Right. Kendra, blink twice if you're okay. How many we got? We got 111.
Kendra,
Yeah.
they had a bunch. They had like probably 10 paddocks with those miniature horses too.
Oh my gosh.
They were
Wait, is this in Florida?
Ocala.
It's in Ocala.
What's the name of it?
I forget now. I read it when we went by it, when we pulled in.
I wanted
But
to
I
go
went-
to that show that Katie Van Syke was going to, but isn't she gone now? Didn't happen already?
Yeah, she's already been home. But that sounds like the place that she was just at that she gets her minis from.
It
Because
was
they
gorgeous.
have old derby horses there and they have a bunch of the minis.
Yeah,
You
And
can
it's
it
book
was.
me up. What do you mean?
like a
Yeah.
super nice place. It's not like your
Oh, hook
typical
me up.
barn looking place.
Oh my God, Kendra, the barns look like apartments.
Yeah, it's like it's all white.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's the place. Yeah, and Katie Van Slyke was just there, and she has a video
Wow.
about it.
yeah.
It's. I looked at it and I'm like, oh my god, this is where horses live. Like some barns that I see across videos, I'm like, who the fuck owns these barns and what does their house look like if this is the barn?
Oh, you'd
Dude,
be surprised when you start
we
driving.
could
Like
see in the horse barn, and they all had rubber mat floors and everything.
Yeah,
I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And there's
there's
solid
some
block walls.
beautiful properties out there that have horses, and I mean, it's a big horse breeding in
Well, not far
Ocala.
from there. Not far from there is the woman who owns Lipton, the heiress for Lipton soups,
Uh-huh.
and she's got a huge horse farm. The guy I talked to today, God, what was his name?
Didn't you
The
mention his
owner-
name was Travis?
No, not Travis. The owner.
Chandler?
No, it started with an A. Aiden or Austin.
Austin?
He's the caretaker. And then the owner we talked to at the end, I was like, dude, your place is beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, I want to go to a horse farm and just like chill and hang out with some horses and stuff. But I have to find one that's open, to the public. I'm sure there are some there. I
there's
just have
got to
to
be
find
some
one.
somewhere, but I don't think
Yeah.
there is so much due to all the insurance and things nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know, but I do want to find one.
Well,
I just
it's
wanna
like
go. What do you mean? You know what?
it's just like
We
I
can
thought
talk-
though.
Suzanne
What's
knows
his
me. Cool, hook me up. That's what she meant, right? Hook me up. I want to go. I definitely want to go. I just think horses are so beautiful. I think they're so smart, and awesome, Suzanne.
Troy
Cool.
said a lot of those horses are out on the circuit now because the horse races started.
Yeah. Plus, Kendra and I are going to buy a horse. Oh, Suzanne used to ride for a living. Right on.
I used to ride for fun.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know about the stair. Wait, did I say that already? Hold on. Stairs. Hold on.
Tomorrow.
I know that she walked because they made her. Here, this is my message from Tori, which she told me I could tell. So.
Suzanne, my grandfather owned a Lippiton Stallion farm. It was 7,000 acres in
She
Hungary.
said that this is around 10 o'clock. Yeah. She said, I'm doing okay. Pain level is much further down than what it was earlier. That today she actually got up and used the bedside toilet, which is a major accomplishment after major surgery. To a leg pain level is down where she was having a level 7-8 pain all day, every day. Right at this moment, she's having a level 5 pain, which is something to celebrate. And as long as the pain stays under control and her body does the other thing it needs to do, she'll probably go home tomorrow. So she said you could fill everybody in again, and Jeff is at the hotel sleeping, and she's getting ready to get some sleep. So that was around 10 o'clock. So, she did post an hour ago? Okay. She has a Kentucky Oaks runner. Kentucky Oaks is for the girls. Yeah, my family did thoroughbreds. I want to own a thoroughbred. My dad owned the thoroughbred.
That other gator call we did with the guy, with the lawyer, the guy who's covered in tattoos and the beard. He's a retired lawyer. He's 3 years younger than me, and he was a business lawyer,
right?
And in Miami, and he retired and moved up here. He's got a racehorse that's retired, but his dad was a Triple Crown winner.
Right.
And I forget the name of that horse, but Mac is what they changed his name to. But I don't know if it's in the video. He talks about that horse. The mother was a famous horse, and so was the father.
Wow.
And that horse was for sale for $1 million, and then he got it 3 years later for $4,000. But that horse was cool. It kept trying to eat Mimi's hair.
Wow.
Did you see the horse ranch today? Did you see that huge racetrack they had there? The practice track? It looked like a real track. I was like, oh my God. This place is unbelievable. Three huge houses. Seattle Slew. Yes, that's it. It was Seattle Slew's grandson. Max was Seattle Slew's grandson.
I'm not even going to watch the rest of this crap. I was going through the recording that I was doing. I don't even care about the rest of this freaking video today.
Yeah, there's Mimi.
Have you watched the movie Flicka? It's about a horse. No, I did not. Yeah, my dad owned a racehorse. He raced at Belmont and Aqueduct.
A friend of mine owned a racehorse. He was a very famous racehorse. There was a movie made about him.
Why did you get it so cheap from $1 million to $4,000?
Because he couldn't race anymore. Something about his feet.
Diamond Oak Farm Horseback Riding Center. Hold on. It's not letting me do anything. There we go. They have
Ray.
rides and horseback riding. I don't think I'd be riding any horses though.
Oh, I'd love to ride again if I weren't so old.
Cool. Thank you, Christine. Loved your dad joke today, Robbie. Joke, Robbie Bronco.
Yeah, about the Bronco.
My dad has racehorses. One was in the Melbourne Cup last year. Cool, Tina. My two uncles were trainers. Right on. Trainers, owners. Yeah, we're gonna buy one. Well, if y'all love horse racing, get out to the track. The industry needs support. Oh man, do they have horse racing around here? Aside
Miami. I don't know if Miami still does.
Did they have one by West Palm Beach Airport? What was that called?
Yeah.
I know they had the dog track. Was it something with a K?
I don't know. There used to be one in Tampa. There used to be one in Miami, and there used to be one in West Palm.
I know there's a dog track in Tampa, and that's just I told you guys I can't.
Tampa Bay Downs, wasn't that a place?
Tampa Bay Downs, yes. Yeah. So they still have that?
I don't know if it's still there or not.
Yeah, it is getting a little chilly, Robbie.
I told you it's 69 here. My favorite number, but still, it's a little nipply.
Calder was Miami. I thought they closed all the dog tracks. I don't know. I mean, I just saw them.
There's still one in Miami because I just saw a video recently because it's attached to a casino or something.
Mimi's comment. Hang on, Mimi. Mimi, a good family friend owns a casino, a Pasofino farm in Ocala. Cool.
How does a woman hold her liquor? Hannah, good night, honey. God bless and prayers.
I don't know why Ed always thinks he can tell me what to do.
He does, too.
Mm-hmm. We have horse and dog track here in Arkansas. Oh, by the ears. Friend of home that rescued the dogs from the tracks. There were just so many in Tampa. There was we had gone by because I'm a New Yorker. Only dog track racing I've ever seen is on Bugs Bunny. You know what I mean? Just kidding. But yeah, we actually went by a dog track, and I was like, wait a minute. Is this for real? Like they really race dogs here? And they're like, yeah. And I was so bummed out. Like that to me was like, you know. And but then we used to take our dog to a dog park, and there were so many greyhounds, so many, and they would talk a lot about how the greyhounds were treated. How there's a big need to get them adopted and stuff, and it was sad. It was really, really sad, and it was funny because one of the greyhounds was walking around, and we had Dookie. Dookie was a boxer Chihuahua mix, and he was awesome. He was super cool, and but he was chasing one of the greyhounds around. They were just playing, running around. And that greyhound had him beat, but I mean, he was barking, yelling at him, like, slow down, chasing him, running. They're both running, and that greyhound was just like gone. He's like, hey, wait up. It was funny. But yeah, there was so many greyhounds that were talking. I mean, the owners and stuff were just saying how like they were mistreated, and it was just really sad. So when I think about dog racing, I get really upset.
The same thing happens with the thoroughbreds.
I'm sure. I don't want to know this, but I've never heard that happened to them.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of not good ones out there.
That's how that guy got that horse so cheap, is because he came from behind one of his first races, and it was not a huge race, but it was a big race, and he won that race. and something happened to him, and they pumped him full of steroids and raced him again before he was healed.
Good night, Blondie.
And then now he can't ever race again because something about his feet don't go flat when they hit.
We're gonna have to talk to Katie about finding out where we can buy get a horse.
You go to a kill auction.
A thoroughbred. What?
You go to a kill auction and you buy one, you save it from slaughter.
A thoroughbred horse?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sometimes you can find them.
Well, don't we want babies?
Filly? You're not going to get a filly at a good price.
Not on that. No,
I'm
you got to
talking
get
about after. Hello, wait a minute. I'm loaded. Remember, I just bought a cruise ship. I got money for a thoroughbred.
Who's Robert Arrington?
Huh?
Robert Arrington.
I know Robert Howard.
But we want a baby from a good line of thoroughbreds. Yeah. Like I wouldn't mind, getting one of the babies from those those derby
One
winners.
of the baby owls is screaming.
A lot of former thoroughbreds go on to be jumpers, police horses, barrel racers.
That's cool.
Yeah. Thoroughbreds, for breed-wise, personality-wise, can be rough just because they're bred to go, so they're harder to contain and control too.
It's said if they don't win races, they can end up at the kill auctions. Horrible. Yeah, well then, you know what? I'd have to buy a farm. Shit. That to me would be sad if they're bred to race and they don't win. They just get tossed like that. Hell no.
Yeah, because it's a business.
Yeah, I know. I get it, but I'd be like, okay, we need to buy a farm.
And you hear about people that go, "Oh, the horse was only $2,000, and look what a great horse it is."
Dinner guy. I never heard of him.
They sell the foals also if they don't meet up to their standards. They end up in this. Oh my goodness! Most are used for hunter jumpers and pleasure. Oh, see, I don't want to know about this. I want to. They just want to get.
I follow so many horse farmy people now, and the horse industry is they are kill or be killed in a way over there. It's very cutthroat. They all have their own ways they think are the best ways to do it, the only ways to do it. They fight amongst themselves. It's really kind of rough.
John Caps, good night. Prayers. God bless, bro.
And they do the race dogs. Oh, I don't want to hear about this kind of.
They become horse meat and glue.
Yep.
On a plate, a piece of a horse. You can be part of a syndicate.
Males are more expensive.
And male horses are obviously harder to deal with and train.
After the cruise, sell the ship and buy a. Yeah. We could have a rescue horse farm. Kenji, you're going to have to come to Florida.
You have to. And where are the horses going to go when the hurricane comes?
In the pasture, like everybody else does. They let their horses out in the pastures.
Yeah, I'm not fond of that idea of save yourself and then we'll hunt you down later. Hope you make it. I've only spent 25 grand on your dumb ass, and now I got to go find you floating.
What do they do with the horse? Okay, so what do they do with the horses in California when there's fires?
Yeah, exactly, Kendra.
Well, they trailer them out unless the fire comes up too quick, and they got to cut the fences and have them run. But we literally see them running down the roads, following the cars, and they follow the people all the time. They all get caught and pulled us into safety. And I'm saying I'm not investing 25 grand and all my fucking love on a horse to go run to safety yourself, fucker. I need my horse contained out of all the tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, and fucking fires. So
that's why the horse capital is now in Florida.
I need the big palace made of the brick for my barn.
Well, we can afford to make whatever we want, so we'll just do it. However you want it, Kendra, it's yours. Get your butt to Florida. That's the only thing you got to do. That's what they did in California with the last big ass fire that they had there. They turned some of the horses loose.
Well, yeah, because
Cost me
they
a lot of
closed
money.
down the roads and they couldn't even get to them. So the people had to
Yeah,
hike up and hike their horses out. And they were just freeing their friends' horses for them because they could
yeah,
only hold so many as they walked down the fucking road. The
yeah.
shit breaks my heart. I don't like it. I'm like, oh my God. But a lot of
Nice.
people, when you live in those kinds of areas, you have your backup plans for that stuff like ready to go.
All right, we're doing this giveaway right now because Ed's annoying me. All right, so the entry we got here is 116 entries, but it's only showing on. Why is it? Oh, because it stopped. That's why. All right, so we have 116 entries. Let me refresh that. Yep, there it is.
What time is it? Oh my God, I did it again.
Hashtag in there, guys. 18. See, there's more people. Get your hashtag in. Yeah, that's annoying. Trying to keep
How did I
me
do this again?
on time. It won't happen. We braid a tag in their madness with owner info to get their horses back. Wow. Yeah, I want to go hang out with some horses. Definitely do. I owned an ex-racer. Let's hope won $30K on her first race. Failed to perform up to standard after I bought her for $50 in 2008. And a 5-year-old, she was bought for $50K as a yearling. Wow. Georgetown called old friends. I have a lot of retired racehorses. Beautiful, and they offer tours. That's cool. I would love to just see that. I just think they're such beautiful creatures. They do cost a lot.
Max is funny, man. Trying to eat Mimi's
Right.
hair.
We're at
Then I was telling
119.
him no, and he tried to bite
1
me.
minute. Get the hashtags in. 1 minute. Let's see.
Oh my God, Kendra!
What?
I put on my call box. I put a sheep in distress sound,
Oh God.
and Max, he looked up, and he went running.
That's disturbing.
He was like, "What the hell's going on?"
Consumption? What? Mexicans sneak horses into Mexico for consumption?
Yeah,
Oh
they
my God.
steal
I don't
horses.
wanna- Why are
And they
jockeys
use
all so short?
I don't know. We saw a couple of them today, and they were short, skinny guys.
Maybe the shorter and the ones that weigh less have the better, I don't know, advantage. Who
Well, you see
knows?
how they have to sit on when they're racing? Their legs are like really bent and
Less
way up.
wind
So
resistance.
I assume for a bigger person, that's got to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right, we're at 120. 120. Another big thing is the dog meat check. Strictly, they don't have to sneak them in. They're trucked in. A lot of countries eat them.
Anything can leave America into Mexico. It's the coming back that's the problem.
Wow. That's crazy. All right, there we go. I did it. Ha ha. You didn't even know it was coming. Hannah, Jolene, Sandra Black. Oh my God. Ed, Boudica, Tank Girl, Bernadette, Lady Veterans, Debbie Sue, Grandma Buckeye, Kim Sadie. Congratulations, Kim. Kim gets it.
Congratulations.
Nice. Very nice. Ha ha, Ed. Tricked you. Kim Sadie. Congratulations. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. She already has a package on the way to her. So this one, everything at this point is going out in the first week of June. So Lisa, I have a new video to send to you tomorrow. If I get to, we went to the Badlands today. Oh, cool. Right on. So
That's awesome. Badlands are awesome.
The French really love horse meat. Ugh.
Look for dinosaur bones in the Badlands.
I sent you a video of some of Katie's foals today being cute.
Oh yeah, on my phone. TikTok, the TikTok.
I think, yeah.
Back to the freaking couch, Kim says.
You what?
I don't know. Is Kim still here? When I was breathing hard, I weighed under 100 pounds. Wow. Night, Talia. I'm going to bed. Night, Tulies. Good night, Crimson. They have a slaughter pipeline that goes from auction to auction, picking up horses. Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
It's strange that there's so many, horses.
Kendra, go to my video today, the e-gator call.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, when we're leaving there, you can see all the miniature horses.
What city were you in?
Summerfield, Ocala.
I was there today.
It's the outside of south end of Ocala.
Hold on.
Were you?
Yeah, I had to go to Ocala, then we went to Summerfield, and then we ended up coming down 441. Yeah. Yep.
God, that place was so gorgeous, Kendra.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, Christine.
You can see the barns in there. We secretly filmed that.
You did?
Yeah, I showed them on our way out.
Okay, let me.
It's cool.
Oh, here we go.
The horses are the size of my dogs.
Yeah, Suzanne's shorter than me. Lot by lot.
What?
She's 4'11". She's cool. She's beautiful. She's a cutie patootie.
In the car.
I'm getting off Lose the Couch and going to bed. Good night, everybody. Good night, Doreen. My goodness.
Hi, Wally.
Yeah, I gotta watch some of those.
I didn't know you were in here. I was coming to check on Wally.
Perry dogs are out, and all three of you play
turned off the TV?
I'm about to. It's just not completely off yet.
No. Wally likes it.
This crap.
Hi, Wally.
Call it crap, but I don't know. Do you think whatnot you could sell like these dishes and stuff?
Turn off all your lights. You going to bed or?
Sure, yeah, I will.
All right. I love you. I'll see you in the morning. We got to do that gator thing. So.
Yeah, right. You are a little bit north of me. Good night, Deborah.
Good night, Z.
Then you're taller than me. I'm 4'8". Wow.
Okay, now we go.
Whatnot. I don't know which Jesus sells dishes and stuff. But see, the thing is also he's got a following. I don't have a following on there. I don't have people following me. So, I mean, if I do now, I don't know. But I mean, I had none.
But over there, you scroll. This is the same place. This is where Katie just was, then where she gets her minis from.
Oh, that's where she was?
Yep, she was standing right there. You drove right through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the place.
Yeah, they had like 10 paddocks. So it's
right there. That's where they came out and they were showing. She had to pick up Coco.
Really,
Yeah,
Boudica?
I showed all the minis. We were filming them. They were so cool.
Oh my goodness, I
Yeah,
need to buy a farm.
they
I
got
don't
a
know
lot of.
nothing about taking care of a farm though. Nothing. I mean, I am a suburb from New York. Like I know nothing about farming. I remember years ago they were talking about like chickens and stuff and raising chickens. I said the last thing you will ever see me do is raise chickens. Okay, that's what I did. I said it, and here I am. What a couple weeks ago? Hey Robbie, if I buy a bunch of chicks and I raise them here, will you take them from me after like 3-4 months? Never in a million years would I have thought I'd ever say that. Then again, I never thought I'd own chameleons or any type of reptile at all.
Dude, we saw a bunch of baby peacocks running around today.
Really?
Yeah.
Lisa's farm will be overrun with lemurs. Oh my god, you have we're getting a farm. We're getting a farm. I don't need a farm though. I can go to Robbie's and see all the lemurs I need to though, but still. Crayola's gotta Crayola just likes hanging out here, so I don't know.
Can you guys hear the baby owl screeching?
No.
No.
Hold on. Let me walk closer over there and he'll do it again.
Okay, thanks, Lave. What happened, Diana? Awesome news? What'd I miss? Hold on. At least I didn't think you would own a cruise ship, right? I surprise people all the time.
He's not doing it now.
Good night to all you and take care. What happened, Diana? Wait, what's the good news? Oh, home or for the next 2 days. Whoop, my son is stopping here on his way out to Washington. He's going in there to get their stuff and moving back to Arizona. Great news. I know you're psyched about that. Because I remember you were bummed when he was leaving. That's awesome, Diana. Good news. Good news.
You missed it.
A lady that cares for my neighbor once a week is bringing me some fresh chicken and Dutch eggs next week. Cool. Go to LOL NoHo. I have minis. Ooh. Bureau of Land Management and see some listed. Confirmation wise, some are as nice as many red quarter horses. Really? To be honest with you, I don't know a lot about the raising or breeding of horses at all. I'm like learning that now, which is so strange because the horse, like the image and horses have always been in my life, but on a different level. You know what I mean? Like my dad always had horses. He used to do the harness racing and then he owned a horse at some point, but it wasn't because any of us ever grew up on a farm, raised them, or nothing like that. He was just very much into the horses and the harness racing and stuff, and he ended up buying a horse. But I still, and the horses remind me of my dad. So there's the horse with him, but also the lions, because he would always buy me my lions. So, and to me, it's like a strength thing with my mom and my dad. So,
are you watching it?
Yeah.
horse owners
The
and
place is huge. You drove all around it.
I think Suzanne has a lot of information. I could pick her brain.
Did you see all those miniatures?
Chicken, a support chicken. A support chicken?
Support chicken.
Mimi had a support chicken.
A support chicken.
Let
Really?
me see right.
Did you see them, Kendra? All the minis?
Yeah, they were. Z was outside the truck. You were in it, and then you
Yeah,
kind
and
of
then
turned over by them.
yeah, and then we drove down. He got back in the truck and we drove past them.
Yeah. I would love to learn more about horses and stuff. I always thought they were beautiful, and I've already said it, but I would definitely love to learn more. I don't think I'll ever ride. I did ride when I was younger, but not to the point of being any. Like I've never ran with a horse, but I don't think I'll ever ride again. But I would love to take care of them. Maybe not on the daily, but If I could own a farm and have people take care of them, it's like to rescue them and other people do it because they would know way better than me on how to do so. I would do that. But look at me, like I'm a billionaire. Don't worry. Doing all kinds of crazy things. Hey, Kendra knows though. If there's something I want to do, I do it. Right?
Yeah, if you want
What
to.
No.
Those are the daddy horses
What,
to the
Kendra?
horses. Those are all the daddy horses to the horses that Katie Vance like has now.
Sophie.
Like I just met these horses last week in a different video, and here they come running over.
Yeah, they. I'm like,
Oops, something fell. Dang it. There's so much stuff in here.
they had the miniature horses, they had miniature donkeys, they had the ones with the long hair and the ones with the short hair. I thought we were at a Great Dane farm for a minute.
Yeah, those are cool. The brown and white one, that one's that's one of the more expensive ones.
And it's got blue eyes.
Right.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. It's got the coolest eyes.
I'm gonna go to one of these farms. I want to walk away with one, and it's not gonna be good. Or I'm gonna be a pain in the butt and some game we gotta go every weekend. You ought to hear him when it was the Kentucky
I don't
Derby.
know, Ed.
And
I don't know, Edie. They had so many miniature horses there, and then a lot of the race horses, but a lot of race horses are out of town right now. I guess
they're
because
all it's the
on the
circuit
circuit.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't the Belmont Stakes happening soon? Did that already happen?
No, Kentucky's the first one.
Kentucky just happened.
Yeah. Last week.
I know. I watched it.
But there's
There was a race
Preakness.
during the day.
There's
And I
Preakness
tripped Gabe
and
out,
then
and I picked the
Belmont.
blank horse. It was 13-1. Gabe was like, couldn't believe it. I'm like, I'm telling you, take me to the horse races. I'll pick you a winning horse. I always did.
Oh, Edie, I don't. There was donkeys with the X's on their back. Yeah. Yeah, there was miniatures. There was miniatures with the X's on their back.
I've not watched Robbie's video yet. Belmont is June 4th, Kendra. That's on your birthday.
All right, guys, it's 1:37. I am going to bed. I am an hour past my bedtime. So good night, everybody. God bless, prayers, and make sure you check out. We had 2 videos today. We had the live Gator call, and then we had the video with the new babies on the farm at the end, and with the Sandhill crane doing Miyagi style crane attacking a gator. That was crazy. That guy, he was fearless.
Really?
Oh man, you watch it. He goes after that gator. He went right after it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Kendra, I think we have to hit the OTB.
That bird is still alive. It did come back that night.
For the Belmont.
I want to know who's racing in that one.
I know, but she just said butterfly, which means I would correct in what I said.
Dude, but all the horses in this Kentucky Derby were all related.
Which means number 5 horse gonna win. Y'all remember
Kendra,
I said that. Number 5.
Every horse that raced in the Kentucky Derby was related.
Yeah, they were all from Secretariat.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How is a gator afraid of a bird?
Ed, go watch it. It's crazy. The gator went for the bird, and the bird backed it off. Started doing all that dancing in that crane style. Then that gator said, "Oh my God, this mofo's crazy. I'm out of here."
Oh my goodness. So, all right. So tomorrow night we got Get Swamped at 8:00.
Whoop, whoop.
And I will not be on tomorrow unless there's some kind of news, and it would be before Robbie.
Lisa, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh, God.
God.
It's not even the birthday yet. Yeah, the Belmont Stakes is the 4th through the 8th.
Cece's birthday's the 14th.
Yeah. That would be Wednesday. My birthday's Friday. But anyway, unless there's news tomorrow before Robbie goes on, I will not. If I'm up late, I don't know. Maybe I'll do an after hours. Who knows? But anyway, tomorrow night, Get Swamped, 8:00. And then I'll be back on Saturday. I think Tori might go live on Saturday. I'm not sure. We have to all see what she's doing or how she's doing, but I'm sure she's going to be posting on her channel. So go over and watch Tori Leather. Tori Jones Leather.
She'll be on my live tomorrow night, she said.
Okay. Okay. Yep. My birthday is next Friday. So yeah. So I'll be back on Saturday night.
All right, guys. Good night. God bless. Prayers to everybody, and I'll see everyone tomorrow night.
Yep. Yep. And hopefully Kendra will be back.
Kendra, I'll film some more of the horses for you tomorrow.
All righty. I'm excited.
All right.
All right, guys. So, guys, go and check out our mods channels. They're awesome peeps. You're going to have a lot of fun over there, too. They could all use the support. Definitely go and support them. And prayers to everybody who needs them. And for those who don't, I hope you have a fabulous evening, a rest of your day.
Good night, everybody. God bless and prayers. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone. Bye. 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 Ta-ta. Kendra?
Yeah.
Say good night.
Good night.
Bye. Ta-ta. Toodaloo. Oh, good night, guys.